engineer.
Oh, that's a Zappa lyric. Banana engineer.
We've engineered them to get, 3 or 4 times the size of what they
That
should
makes sense.
be.
Same with corn. Same with anything.
I can't remember which fruit it is, but like the original plant doesn't even exist anymore. I want to say it's the apple. Honestly,
No,
like the
it's not
original
that.
apple tree does not exist.
No.
Because it's been.
I don't believe that.
There's so many different genres, or maybe it's like orange, honestly, or something.
What genre is apple? It's a death metal apple. It's a post-industrial punk hardcore apple. What's it taste like? Meth.
I'm pretty sure it's new age.
A new age apple.
New age emo.
Oh,
apple.
so it's LSD. It's just you bite into it and you start tripping balls.
Yeah.
Isn't like
The fruit of life.
Wasn't there like 30 or 40 domestic plants we have now based on the mustard plant? I thought I saw some cool infographic. There's some
I could believe that.
godfather of
For sure.
plants.
I want to
that have
say
been, like broccoli.
yeah,
and
celery, broccoli, all of them come
Isn't
from one.
broccoli
Like
and cabbage? Awesome.
Cabbage
Like-
and the kohlrabi.
like
There's all
second cousins or
very
something.
certain. Yeah,
That's
of course.
crazy.
Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different types of corn. It's not that impossible.
I bet you know a lot about corn, wouldn't
But
you,
then,
country
you
boy?
think of cabbage and
Not
broccoli.
that
Those
much.
are 2 completely different types of things.
Yeah, but I can see how they come from a root type of thing, and you just keep changing it.
Well,
change
it's
it,
like-
change it,
Yeah,
change it.
yeah.
We're gonna grow this one for the stalk. We're growing this one for the leaves.
Yeah.
You know, this one for the root or whatever.
I mean, we have nectarines. And what abomination is that? You know? Yeah.
What's wrong with nectarines?
No, I'm saying
Defend yourself.
No, it's an abomination of science. It's a tangerine and a whatever the fuck the nectar part is. So I'm saying it's a hybrid stuff that has come about in our lifetime.
Mangoes.
Yeah, they cross-pollinate a
Tangelos.
lot of stuff.
Yeah. Like
A lot
is-
of
is
produce
that-
you buy nowadays is actually crossbred with fish DNA to make it last longer in the
Shut the
refrigerator.
fuck up.
Yeah.
that
Fish DNA and fruit.
that's a real thing.
I
It
did
preserves
not.
the
That's
fruit.
something I did
I
not
to
know.
withstand
feel
being
like
out.
I've heard that, but I think that's
Spoiled
is
nearly
that
as
just
much.
on the
You're thinking
outside.
Jurassic Park right now with the frog DNA. Honestly, that's a
Is
right
that
where
like
my
a
brain went.
pesticide they use?
What
or they
fish do you
grow
know?
it and
Pesticides
cross-
just for, keep the
Pests.
plant
Crossbreed it.
growing and
No,
not
yeah, no, they-
eaten by.
No, but
Yeah,
they
like-
literally have put fish DNA
Yeah,
into
yeah.
fruit DNA. I'm gonna need that fact checked.
Yeah, they've
I'm sorry, I just need
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because
no,
I
absolutely understand that.
thought
yeah.
that there was something on the outside that they put onto plants to preserve them into storms.
Oh,
That's
they
why you
do, they
always
do wax
watch.
apples.
Yeah,
They
that's
wax
like
apples.
what I'm talking
Always-
about, like the pesticide stuff that they
Yeah.
have like almost that clear coating.
Yeah.
And that's because it like protects the fruit a lot better rather than when you go to like pick an apple off of an apple tree in Nebraska City. It is not, you don't have that clear coat on
Yeah,
it that
for
takes
sure. It's not
fucking
shiny.
an hour to wash off. It's not shiny at all.
How long are you washing your apples over there? Jeez.
Well, that's what they say to get all of that stuff off of
No,
it,
they-
which isn't actually good for your body.
Just put it in the fucking dishwasher at that point. Jesus. Oh, the apples are done.
But they're steamed
wants to
apples.
Apples.
Comes out
So
applesauce.
clean.
You're
You're just scooping it out of the pot.
out of the drain.
Oh, ew.
Homemade applesauce
You can have,
coming
you
fresh
can just
to
have
you.
an applesauce like machine. You buy a dedicated dishwasher full of apples, and the drain pipe just going straight into like a barrel.
Yeah, you can sell it, John's applesauce.
I mean, it'd be Santa. Yeah.
but if you're growing the apples, you don't even need to wash it off.
Well, yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
good.
I always rinse
So
that.
in the 90s, they tried splicing some fish, I think it was a cod, into tomato. Supposedly, it failed. So they've tried it,
Oh.
at least acknowledged that they've tried it.
So it does. They're not
Hold on.
skeptic.
Talk about the fish.
There are
DNA.
genetically modified produce,
The
obviously.
fish DNA
yes, but
thing.
no fish DNA
You're-
into fruit.
You're very.
They've been
Polish.
so that's just specifically fish. I found some related articles about pork that's spliced into
pork
DNA.
tomatoes. Okay, really.
No,
quick.
I haven't looked up that
So-
specifically to see if that's true.
Yeah,
but-
they got
Fish
basic
DNA.
cells.
Fish DNA.
So then that wouldn't
I
be
have
a
story about
vegan thing.
Fish DNA.
well, you're
What
not
is-
raising an animal. You're just using DNA.
So, okay, really quick, hold on. I did the fish splicing thing. Maybe think about it. You're very Polish, right? Cheney,
No, it's more Czech. It's a Czech name. It's Czerny. It's Czech.
check.
Cheney.
Is anybody?
It's not Cheney.
Lady
is anybody
Cheney.
Polish?
I feel like I'm Eastern European
not
descent.
Polish.
You know, I'm sure there's some Polish in my fucking DNA.
All right, wait. This kind of relates. So that U.S. Fish and Game was trying to make the perfect game fish. So they started splicing fishes together to get some really
I've
finely-
never heard this.
Yeah. So So they want volume, right? You know, get your money's
big
worth.
fat
So they
game
took a
fish.
cod, because
Okay.
cod's big. It's a lot of plentiful.
This is some Jurassic Park shit.
And then a walleye, because walleye's
Or mean fish.
delicious fish.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Pray
No,
for
the
it.
mean fish though, musky.
Oh yeah.
Those are mean
Yes,
motherfuckers.
Yes. King of the jungle.
So they put all
Underwater.
all these 3 fish together. They named it a Kowalski, and it's too stupid to swim.
I have heard this before.
Because I've said it so many times. I love this joke so much.
I remember it now though.
I love the
You
joke.
eat walleye a lot?
Oh, dude, walleye's like the fish.
Yeah.
See, I ate the bone on accident one time,
Well,
and I have never eaten it since because I thought that it was gonna poke my intestine.
Well, I feel like
die.
most walleye they serve to you now is probably boneless.
it's northern
No.
that's the issue.
Yeah, Northern have the Y bone or whatever it
That's
is.
the real issue. That's
But it's good.
They were like
Northern
tiny,
Park's good
tiny,
fish.
I
tiny
love
little
northern.
bones, and you're supposed to like figure out a way to eat out of it. I don't know.
I
Freaks me
don't
out.
want
Here's
to
a
make
list of
fish.
produce I found that have been genetically modified, and they tell you the methods. So corn, Nebraska.
No way.
Insect
There's no way
resistant.
corn is a GMO.
So, and it tells you resistant to insects, pests, specifically the European corn borer, through expression of the insecticidal protein CRY1AB from Bacillus thuringiensis.
So it is a pesticide that they're putting that on.
All I can
That
think
doesn't
is say
surprise
European
me,
corn.
though.
European.
Now, there's one
need that.
There's a
plums
lot of
are crossed
pesticides.
with a gene from a virus. So they're
Plums?
virus resistant, and they take part of the virus. There's a protein they remove that they call the coat protein from the virus, and they insert it into the probably replace something out of the DNA sequence,
Jesus.
Zap-
plant it in an
Zappalyrix.
embryo, and grow it.
Zappalyrix.
No, that's real life.
Zappalyrix. The coat protein.
Welcome to Trash Talk. You're eating genetically modified plums.
One more
DNA
time.
genetically
One more
Genetically
time.
modified with fucking pesticides.
I think you need to genetically modify your tongue as I butcher the damn word myself.
I
It's
think
the
that
intro.
they put that on the outside to make sure that it stays like fresher and longer in the refrigerator.
The
It's
corn
not
doesn't
like
say
something
it's a
they genetically
pesticide.
do as DNA.
There's a soybean that is herbicide tolerant, has like a super high tolerance for
Well,
herbicide.
yeah, that's all fucking corn
and they achieve that
now.
by isolating soil bacterium, Agrobacterium tumefaciens or something like that strain CP4. So there's something from some bacteria out of the soil they're implanting into the plants.
Well, they've been doing that for a while though. With like they made corn that was resistant to Monsanto, so you could just spray Roundup on everything, and only that corn grows again. That's been
what
done for.
they
for
have their
the 70s.
Monsanto's seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
And those plants don't create. They're not supposed to create their own seeds.
But they also are resistant to.
And if they do make seeds,
Roundup.
it's illegal for you to take those seeds and plant them. It's
That seems
Monsanto's property.
extremely dangerous to have humans eat something that's
genetically modified.
resistant to Roundup.
Yeah, so you can just spray Roundup
Like
everywhere.
if you take a shot of Roundup, you're pretty much hospitalized for weeks.
Prove it. How do you make a Roundup mojito?
You want one?
Yeah, I'll take a Roundup mojito.
Take a
Yeah.
shot of Roundup and put it in there. That's like cult shit. If Dan
I'll
ever
throw-
asked
I'll
you
throw a
to
half
drink
shot
a fucking Roundup.
I will never take a mixed drink from Dan.
I'll throw a half shot of rat poison in it too.
Ugh. Yeah, just to seal
Damn
it.
it.
Just to make
Alright.
sure.
We're just making sure that you're
Yeah.
resilient.
I mean, any strong, good cocktail has multiple,
But anyway,
pillars in it.
Anyway, I just want to say, Dan, if you're listening, I trust you, but I don't. I will never take a mixed drink from you, Dan, that I don't see you make. And
Ninja Dan?
quote, yeah.
Why has he drugged you before?
I don't know, honestly. That's the thing. No,
Oh, that's really Dan's
that's a good
MO.
point.
He
But no,
sprinkles a little bit of like.
I don't know. For some reason, he
heroin.
made me. For some reason,
No,
Blaine, you just planted that little seed in my
I
head.
always
where I'm
joke
like,
that
why
Dan's
is it
gonna
gonna-
start a cult.
yeah.
That's where it came from. So
That's what was- yeah, cool.
Instead of salt, it's a little cocaine.
It's like this. This drink is
Oh,
really
man.
good. Whoa.
yeah. Trick is though, it's actually sand. Pocket sand.
What the fuck? Why would you
something
put
you
pocket
do.
Because
sand out
Dan
of it?
wouldn't just slip cocaine into someone's drink, but he would do something like dumb like that. Just put some sand in there.
I could can see him having a pocket.
He's
full
just
of
a
sand.
troll.
If you think Dan doesn't have sand in his pockets, you guys are
hold
not.
on.
Okay.
I do not. Hold on. I do not condone you comparing Dan to Dennis the Menace. Okay. Although I
Dale
would believe
Gribble?
if
Dale
Dan.
Gribble has pocket in the sand and is notorious for going,
Yes.
Sha pocket sand.
Yeah,
Toss it
where
right in
them?
your
I thought.
face.
Dennis the Menace has pocket
No,
sand.
you just said Dan had pocket sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said he's just pulling pranks. So it's like so basically you're just starting to compare Dan to Dennis the Menace. Just
No,
being a problem.
it's Dale
but
Gribble,
I
though.
would 100% believe it if Dan just pulled out a slingshot. That'd be fucking hilarious.
I know he has them.
Yeah.
I mean, I need new rubber bands for mine, but yeah, I have a slingshot.
We've got like a pocket slingshot, and he's like, ninja.
Derrick.
Next thing you know, you're like, oh.
I would be more aware of blow darts.
Oh fuck, good point.
Yeah.
So you can just like, well, doesn't have hair anymore, but he could like pull the pipe out of his hair.
He used to like walk around with his sword sometimes in his leg.
Dan did?
We would get back to the place. He's like, I had my sword the whole time.
That's fucking awesome. Yes.
Oh my god.
How big a sword though?
I
Can't be that
think it
big.
was just his little katana.
Christ, I mean, that makes it even better walking around the fucking concealed katana. I got one of my. Dude, I have a katana in my car right now. I kind of want to try it.
I can't remember what we got back from one time, but I was like, Dan, seriously? We were just like here and there and just...
If you guys got into a tip with somebody and he just like whips out a sword, like most people whip out a pocket knife, like, and then here Dan is, bitch, I got a sword.
Dan's good to have around in case you ever get into a bar fight, because there will
He has
a sword will come out.
Yeah, no, some sort of sharp weapon at the minimum.
Oh my god, a fucking sword.
But even if he'd be like, wait here, let me go get my sword.
Goes into a ninja stance.
Yeah.
Isn't Dan trying to get his concealed carry or something, or does he already have that?
I don't
Concealed
think
carry
he
a
had
sword?
it, but it's legal now. You don't have to have a permit to concealed carry in Nebraska.
A gun or a sword?
A gun.
Oh.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know the rules about swords, but it's probably unlikely. I mean, I know.
That'd be stupid. You can't carry a sword, but you're allowed a gun without any certification.
Yeah, I know the
Some
legal
swords are
limit
pretty
in Nebraska
obnoxious.
is 4 inches, which is pretty much your palm of your hands of a blade. You're legally allowed to carry around in Nebraska.
A sword?
Just a knife in general.
Oh.
I mean, like, there's no like they don't stop
I've had this
selling.
whole time.
Where'd you find that?
I've had it in my truck for a while.
That's where you went.
You just come running. There are people downstairs. Yeah, you told me, Ava.
He's all sweaty right now with a sword.
Yeah, pull the sword out again though.
I was nervous.
Hold on. Stop your dog.
Are you recording a video or what?
No, just take a picture, man. All the way out.
You're making Duke nervous.
You're making him nervous. Put the sword away, John.
Nana,
He's not gonna cut your head with a sword, I promise.
Sit down and pet the dog.
could you close the door? Ugh. Yeah. Just cut that out.
I
Mark.
hope your parents didn't think there was a fucking earthquake as I'm lumbering through the fucking living room.
So
John brought a sword.
John
to the
brought
show.
a sword. He did not have it
He
on
brought
him.
his sword to a word gunfight.
Well, because you mentioned Dan going, I have my katana this whole time. I go, fuck, I have a katana, and I went and got it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
wonder
What
how
would you
many
say if I
swords-
responded to you with this pin?
Uh-oh.
Which one is mightier?
Well, one of them
The
signed.
saying is, the pin is my.
Oh, it's the katana cuts the fuck out of a pen, though.
I got more pins.
Good Christ, Wayne. It's the,
I got
it's the
15
saying.
pins.
It's the saying. You're not familiar
I
with the saying?
know.
Sharp.
I let it
Ah,
all
come here.
up.
Let's find out.
What could you slice?
No.
Would you slice an empty
Did-
beer can?
Just slice some nipples?
Nope,
Me?
I
Did
do
you
not.
Say,
You want a piercing?
did you
Slice,
slice some nipples?
slice
I
a
got
nipple
nipples.
off.
You can slice
No,
me.
this thing's pretty dull because I've had this thing for.
You can't slice the meat with
25
it
years.
right now.
Oh, no, dude, feel it. Dude, it's dull.
Yeah.
So,
Can I hold
That's
it?
how dull it is.
who's interested in learning about what products are still currently in development for produce?
Katana-proof tomatoes.
They're making a vaccine
Doesn't that feel
with
good?
rice for
It
hepatitis
has a nice
B.
weight to it.
Yeah,
If you eat the rice, you're cured.
Feels good, doesn't it? That was $60 whole dollars off
From
of
where?
dipshit.com. I have no idea.
Dipshit.com.
I got
How
it online,
come?
I'm
How
sure.
come hot dogs doesn't
I
sell
want a
it?
sword.
$1,000.
We could sword fight.
We would both probably get fucked up doing that.
I'll go grab my shiwi. I'm just kidding.
I
Oh,
think
you-
it's.
you
I
saw-
think
yeah,
it's
big-
better for a
Biochemical Geneva Convention.
to get some lightsabers
Derrick told me
and
if
actually
shiwi
battle.
wasn't off the
I don't-
counter
I don't wanna pay
by the
for it.
morning.
I'd rather do PVC because I don't want to pay for breaking lightsabers.
No, you get the ones that you can battle with.
Not for me,
Still
dude.
sitting there.
Derrick told me.
There's like a whole league
They
about
they
fighting with lightsabers.
They designed those for limp-wristed nerds.
No, they do not. There is a whole league of fencing that was dying out. Introduced lightsabers. Everyone signed up.
Yeah,
People
I'm sure they
fight
do.
with the lightsabers.
I got the premise, but the battle-ready lightsabers actually you light up, make the noises.
Oh yeah, it has to make the noises.
I can't trust it to hold up to my raw power of being a really big fat nerd.
Well, then you're gonna have to be a Sith.
Oh, speaking of nerds, guess what I got Carly to do for the first time in her life?
Is this a sex thing?
Yeah,
It became a sex thing.
doesn't it always?
First time watching Lord of the Rings, and then we started off with the Fellowship of the Ring.
You've never seen Lord of the Rings?
No. I've been watching the
You have
extended
brought great
version.
dishonor!
I've seen it now.
See, I haven't even seen the extended version
So it took you
of
20
Fellowship.
I probably watched it when I was like 5.
How long was it?
4
4
fucking
hours for almost-
It's 4 hours.
The extended
version.
4 fucking
The
hours.
Fellowship.
It was like
I should watch this.
3 hours and 45 minutes or something.
Whenever I make a dating profile, that's going to be ideal third date, watch all 3 Lord of the Rings extended editions back to back. That's my ideal third
Yeah,
date.
that's a third date,
That's my ideal
huh?
third date.
Okay, that might get you. You'll get there.
What'd you
Well-
think of the movie, Carly?
Well, I'm thinking this ring he has to go destroy, and that's going to be the end of the fucking movie. And now I've learned that doesn't happen till the third
You know
3-hour movie.
You know there's 3 movies. How is that a surprise?
Yeah.
I did not know there was 3 movies.
You thought
I
it was
told
just
you that
one?
repeatedly.
I think you did.
Yeah, you had to have known
I
that.
thought there was like 1
He
or
couldn't
2
have
or
shocked
3
you
maybe.
with
I don't
that.
know, but
No, I told her
it
it was
takes
3,
the
multiple
fucking
times.
ring to get destroyed till the third. I'm thinking it's
But
gonna get destroyed
what-
the first.
what
and then they're
Premise of the
gonna-
entire
What about
franchise-
Gandalf?
Gandalf was sad. That
Yeah,
was
she
awful.
saw Gandalf die.
Well, are you
That
in
was
for a
sad.
surprise?
Who do you like the most?
I like the
Aragorn.
yeah.
Yeah, no
Strider.
shit. He's fucking handsome.
He is.
Fucking,
I thought
The
you might have liked
original.
the
But he
elves.
also has like he's really sweet
And
too.
he's-
and
and
he's a badass.
he's
like,
emotional, but he's also real tough, and he's real handsome. He's got a nice jawline.
He's like mysterious too.
very
Strider.
mysterious.
He's really cool. I like the Hobbits.
Wanna be a
lot, too,
basic bitch? I like Aragorn. He's handsome. the real answer.
Is what?
They're all stupid.
Gimli?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Carly
I
last
like-
night told me.
Tom
This is
Bombadil?
what Carly said after the movie. We paused it, and she goes, "I'm having a hard time keeping up with what's going on." And I'm like, "Well, what part?" And she's like, "Well, it didn't really have an answer, so I just kind of started like, okay, well, kind of here's the history of what's leading up to this, and here's what's happening now." Like, and she goes, "Well, it's just a fucking ring."
Clearly, you would absolutely try to destroy it with your
That's
axe.
what I had to
You
explain.
idiot.
It was
I
like,
like
well,
the,
it's
I like
Sauron,
the Hobbits
you know.
too, though,
What-
because
what-
I would live in the Hobbit land. I think
The Shire.
Oh yeah.
the Hobbits are
called
cool.
the Shire.
It's really pretty there.
So I just thought you
What
was,
did I
I thought
say?
she was gonna say Hobbitland again after you said the Shire. I was gonna be real mad.
Hobbit land.
Put some respect on the name, all right?
They look like they have a great life.
Yeah, they're stoned
Yeah.
24/7. You
Stone.
They
you
smoke pipe
think old
weed.
Toby isn't just fucking weed? Dude, they are blades.
That's why Gandalf goes there.
Why do you think they have 12 meals a day?
All right, real quick, I have a question. Without seeing, I don't feel like I'm going to spoil the end of the movie when I say this, if they didn't destroy the ring,
Easy.
how do you think it would have worked to bring back Sauron? Like, does the ring bearer, does Sauron's spirit or soul go into his body, is there like a sacrifice?
Essence transfer isn't in that universe. You're thinking of Star Wars.
No, I think all you
good
do
idea,
is
though.
the
Good idea.
ring.
No, just the fact that he has his power, so he can recreate his body.
Yeah,
he
would.
I just wonder if there's like a sacrifice ritual somehow. You know, like the person that's the ring bearer.
How funny
If
would
he
be
gets
though?
close enough to where the eyes at, they just like merge or
what-
something.
I
You
don't
know?
think that would
He
be
could come
a
out looking
thing.
like whatever.
I
But he
always
needs a body
thought.
to, like,
I always thought that he would come out of the tower, like he was
If you-
about to form
If you were
and come out, but it fell.
he'd go into Gollum's body like, what the fuck is this?
To who?
Gollum.
Gollum.
Like,
Just as
yo!
long as
The
they-
ring has a will of its own, though. The ring is Sauron.
As long as they have the
Yeah.
ring, though, they can put it into where his like soul thing is, the fire station dealio.
Yeah, the tower.
And
The eye.
and you put it in the
That's
eye.
the first
And
time.
then he can recreate it through that energy, and they would just kill off the little hobbit at that point.
He'd kill
Frodo?
everyone.
Is
He
his
would kill
name Frodo?
everyone. Yeah.
They
Frodo
just
and
take the ring,
Bilbo.
do whatever you want with the body that came with it.
Bilbo's the grandpa.
Yes.
Or the dad
Is it
is-
Grandpa?
Bilbo.
Uncle.
Is it
He's
Uncle?
an uncle.
Yeah.
He is an uncle. I was like, because he said it. I don't know why I even took you in. I didn't know if it was just like a.
Yeah, his
friend.
parents died.
Of course he did.
How'd Bilbo's parents die?
No, Frodo's parents.
Frodo parents.
I got eaten by a cat.
A cat.
They're like, oh, tasty.
It was
a
a
little
firework
cat.
mishap
Think
from
about the-
Gandalf.
Think about
Yeah.
the size of a house cat versus like a hobbit. The hobbit is fucked.
Hobbits are little.
So
3
you've
foot.
you've read The Hobbit,
Right.
both of you?
Yep.
Or
No, I-
I'm sorry, you've read Lord of the Rings.
And the Hobbit. And I tried read the Silmarillion. Every time I fall asleep. It's
Yeah,
so
that's
fucking
fair.
boring.
It's just a history
What's
thing.
Yeah.
the worst part about that? Is not the movie, or the best part of the book that's not in the movie at all.
what
What the movie
Tom
did.
Bombadil.
Is it really? Because I mentioned it earlier.
That's
but
good.
That
Well, on that, the Barrow Downs where they get the swords, where they actually find Sting and other swords, the Barrow Downs that they
Isn't
get
that in The
trapped
Hobbit?
In the Hobbit, yeah. No, sorry, Lord of the Rings. When they get trapped in there, and Tom Bombadil basically saves them more or less.
That's not.
And most of my
so
gripes.
yeah, I've never read that part.
So most of my gripes.
I've never
are
read Tom Bombadil.
before. Like it's
I just heard about
It's
it.
the first part of the Fellowship.
Yeah.
When they start their journey. Like the two gripes before they even get to Rivendell is in the movie Arwen finds them at the river and fights the ring wraiths or whatever, scares them off. In the book it's Glorfindel and he has, that's his only story in that whole story is that little like, oh, they found him and brought him to Rivendell. Of course, unless you read the Silmarillion, you don't know who the fuck this dude is, and he's a big deal. But in the books, it's like, oh hey, here's this guy you from that time ago. And now, but in the movies, it makes no fucking sense. It makes way more sense to Arwen to find them, just because of the flow of the movie. But that's like the only the two things I've noticed like most. When I started watching the movies,
Do you want it?
but
Sorry, I thought it was a white claw.
man, you're offended. People,
I'm gonna drink it. No, I was just so
That's
shocked.
Two now.
It is
Two
a
in a row.
Michelob Ultra organic seltzer mixed.
You
berry.
held that like someone just handed you a
Like
penis.
what the fuck am I doing?
It's probably genetically
Like,
modified.
what is this?
John, speaking of penises,
It's got fish oil
you
fruit
still
in
have
it.
the dildo with the suction
God,
cup?
I know what you're talking about.
No, it says organic. It's all good.
It's got cod in it.
Yeah, it only has to be 95% organic
If
too.
it's not organic, it has no cod.
Oh man.
Fuck, that's tasty.
Do you think organic is gonna be like on
Do
every
you like my mojitos?
Very good.
thing
Thank you.
forever from now on?
I forgot how to make them though. So.
They're good. We made them with Sprite though instead of seltzer
That's-
water, but it gives it a
Sprite's-
little
wait,
extra
So
flavor.
Back to Tom Bombadil.
yeah,
Derrick, do you miss him from the movies?
yeah, that's what he said. That was his thing. That was his. That's what
Yeah.
he said.
That's why I started it off.
Well,
Idiot.
you didn't explain it though, because
What's so
John
sweet?
just did.
well, John explained it better.
I never got a chance to explain.
Okay.
But it also does make a hell of a lot more sense that Aragorn would be like, oh, I have all these mystic fucking weapon. Well, one mystic fucking weapon, and it makes more sense that he would give them those weapons.
It's been a long time since I read any of the books. Like, I don't remember.
Because also,
a lot.
why the fuck are
Bombadil.
Morgul blades?
Well, he's only like a chapter, right, or something.
not even, I don't think. But why the fuck are those blades in that Barrow Downs right outside the Shire? It's like right down the street. Like, I had no idea. It's like
Why-
a serial killer down the
what is-
street, you know?
Because someone
Aragorn's
planted
other
him
name?
there for
What the
him.
fuck?
Strider.
What the fuck? What's his name?
Strider.
No. What did you just say?
What's his
Aragorn.
other name?
No. Pronounce the name.
Aragorn?
Ah!
Isn't that the dragon?
That's how you piss off a nerd.
I mean, that's understandable.
I know.
It's Aragon.
I know, but hey,
still,
I haven't been
it's-
able to make fun of someone about
It's the
this.
same fucking word, just pronounced
Dude,
in a different Middle Earth language.
How do you
haven't-
pronounce it?
I haven't.
Aragon.
Aragorn. That's what I said.
It's Aragorn.
Aragorn?
God,
I'm
An
wrong.
R.
I just said Aragorn.
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 That's what I thought. I was like,
Argon.
I don't get the difference
John, put
here.
your
Like, is there a
fucking
joke
sword
I'm
away.
missing?
No, I defend my virginity.
Your virginity?
That's a joke. It's a meme from 20 years ago.
You were born again
Because he's
virgin?
into this so much,
No.
he's never getting laid from it.
I remember born again virgin.
Worth it. Oh, god damn it.
Carly, what was your favorite
Yeah,
part
what was
of
your
Fellowship of the Ring?
Fuck.
What is that?
The
Fuck
movie
you,
we
Lane.
watched last night.
We watched Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings,
Oh,
The Fellowship of the Ring. It's the first one. They're all called Lord of the Rings.
I want to throw
Two
something-
Towers
My
is
head
next.
is going to get cut off with the sword right now from Johnny Boy. And
Oh!
his face red.
You gotta do it in a Japanese voice.
I think she'll like Two Towers.
Not the Juniper!
Probably
I-
less.
Can't be doing that.
Probably less.
You have much great shame!
I'm trying to explain when I originally started it. I really liked the Hobbits, and then I did like the movie.
The gardening caught her eye.
Yes.
It just expands
the
a
Hobbit
lot in
world
the middle.
and whatnot. Like it had a
Like
lot
a
of
pony.
greenery and like I would live there. I'd love to live there.
Why would
That's
you
why
leave
they-
that?
In Hobbiton.
You haven't seen all of Middle Earth yet.
Well, because everywhere
Did you like
else
the
just
Hobbit
seems
holes?
dark and grungy.
Except Rivendell. Except
No,
Rivendell.
they go through like the.
Oh, you haven't
What's-
seen some of the great cities yet.
what's
You'll love
the-
You
it.
ever seen Gondor
No.
City, Rohan? Oh!
They
oh,
see
you were-
the-
Oh,
Oh, no,
I'm
she's
so
on the Elven
jealous.
cities.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What's the Elf City?
Rivendell and
Yes.
in the
Well,
woods.
the elf city, that lady was like kind of creepy.
Oh yeah.
She is a MILF!
So if you,
She was
There's an
absolutely
age-
drop dead gorgeous, but
so mad
she
about
like
it.
got
She's 3,000 years old. She's a MILF, right?
She's technically a
she
MILF.
has
Yeah.
a
Well,
whole
at least mature.
series they started last summer that gives her backstory. When Sauron first came up, before he became who got his
many-
fingers chopped off, he was just this dude.
How many backstories? Of
No, he was
Lord of
not
the
just
Rings
this
Are
dude.
there?
Well, he wasn't just this
Thousands?
dude, but that's what happens in that.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
kept trying to go back deeper to give her context and stuff. It was too much to process. Like it's a huge
That's
expansive universe.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
But I tell you
so-
what,
Oh,
hold
thousands
on.
of years before
Well, I
this
was wondering
happened.
where
Well,
Gandalf
let me fill
went.
that
Oh,
in
okay,
for you.
okay, hold on.
Like I didn't know where Gandalf came in from.
Time out.
He's a wizard.
I told
I
you
get
he's
that,
not
but-
from this earth.
So here's what you probably
But
do.
it
this
doesn't
middle
tell
one.
me that in the movie.
Do you
Right, you don't need to
know
know that.
anything
That's the fun
about
part.
J.R. Tolkien?
Writer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
J.R.R.
This
What I
fucking guy can't believe
J.R. Tolkien?
What a
Isn't that what I said?
loser.
Is that
Cody, I
what?
need my pills.
What a loser!
Is that not what I
You
said?
missed an R.
I'm sorry.
You loser!
But from what I know about the guy,
He's a
I'm
wizard.
not a scholar of him, but there are like college classes of him and everything.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, he was a guy genius.
Oh, yeah.
He like knew all these different languages,
No,
and
he
every
created
language
it.
Yeah.
that you hear in the movie, he created and invented all those languages
Yeah.
himself.
Like Elvish?
Dude,
Elvish.
he was
Dwarvish.
stoned as
Mordor, the language of Mordor.
Dude, how could he not be?
Goblins,
Maybe.
all this
He
fucking
had to be
shit.
on some kind of fucking.
No, he was
trip
on
his
some
whole
shit.
He was
life.
just a genius, I think.
No,
he
he was
just
on-
he just
He was a
had.
professor of
It
languages.
has been documented that he has been on
And
some
it
shit.
also, it was a series
Maybe.
of short stories. He
No,
sent
tell
his
me.
son who was fighting during World War II.
One.
Yeah.
So during World War One, his son's on the front lines, and he's sending him every letter from his dad was more to the story, and that's how it all came to be originally. And then I think he wrote some more stuff like the Silmarillion.
No,
or whatever.
like he wrote the Silmarillion his entire
Please,
life.
at least, please,
He-
you pronounce it
right?
correctly, please.
Did
No,
he
the
write
Silmarillion.
all of these movies, or did he die? and
He
somebody
writes the
else-
source material for it all.
They're books.
He
Yeah,
made
it's
all
three
the
books.
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 There's 3 books. There's one Hobbit and the Silmarillion.
Silmarillion.
Silmarillion or
Silmarillion.
big one. And then there's a whole bunch of other like kind of
Oh,
random stories. There's one about him and his wife,
Yeah.
love story, an elf and a man.
Just shit that's like
Right?
not necessarily part of
J.R.
the
Tolkien's
his
just
whole
writing the
world.
stories
Our-
like, I'm a
our
jack
He created
elf.
a world in his head
I got
and
a
created
huge
an
cock.
entire thousands
It's
of year
not even
history
just the
in
world,
his
it's
head
the,
and wrote it
like,
all down.
My
History. It's the gods that he created too. Like he created
Hold on,
the entire
hold on.
fucking.
Please, please play along with me on this one.
What? What?
The love story that he's writing as a elf or whatever in the Lord of the Rings. I just want him sitting there going, enter me, tall Jack, elf, huge cock, wife, looks like Pamela Anderson 1988. You know,
I don't know. Is that what those
It's just
books are
some
like?
Some real shitty fanfic where it's like, yeah, I'm super. No one makes fun of me at all for making up languages.
No, I think he just wanted to write him and his wife into the world somehow.
This was also in the early 1900s when it's probably more common, at least from an American's perspective, of somebody speaking multiple languages. In Europe, it's pretty common.
Yeah.
But also, I think back then too, it was just. I don't know why. People just seemed like they took more time to learn a lot of different languages and understand certain things.
We might be the only people, I feel like, America that only speaks.
Could you say that in my Google Translator, please?
Yeah,
because I can't understand.
Yeah, because we
but we just speak different
everywhere.
dialects.
So
you know,
we don't need to learn other languages because everyone else learn our languages because we're everywhere in the world.
Everyone wants to learn America because we make all the shit.
I want to learn America.
Did you say we make all their shit? China
No, not
makes
their
everything.
shit, but like we make the fucking movies, the fucking like cars they
And
drive.
the moon
Maybe not the
landing
cars.
culture.
We have the culture. That's what I really want. Everyone just wants the fucking America lifestyle.
And the
Like,
jets.
Everyone
China
wants to
makes
live like an
everything.
American.
And the moon landings.
the White House?
Mickey Mouse. Fucking cheese.
USA!
At the White House, everything that's for sale is made in China.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
And like their gift shop at the White
Well,
House.
we have a huge
everything's
debt
made
to
in
China. Are you prepared for China to take over the world currency?
I don't give a shit.
It's
Isn't it
going.
they drop America as the standard?
Oh yeah, it's going to happen in our lifetimes. I'm committed to it.
USD?
USD is going
good old
down.
USD.
It's just oil will not be traded in U.S. dollars. It'll be traded in the BRICS, which is a coalition of countries right now.
Is
Is that a digital thing?
They get traded in clay pots.
It's a
Currency of
CDC or something. You know, like
Well, yeah. So it's going to be like opening things up more for
It's going to
Bitcoin
be-
and whatnot. Invest now.
what's the thing though? I
Digital
don't even think
currencies.
you can invest in it because they're going to own it. It's just a new central
we're
bank
gonna
system.
trade oil in live chickens because it's Chinese currency.
Like
The Chinese chicken.
Chicken in China?
Look at that. I was trying to think of the most absurd thing I
Have a
could.
Dogecoin and your brain starts
The
clicking?
way you said it, it made me think of it.
Ah, you good
So
point. I'm trying
what
to think
is
of.
China's main like source of protein?
It's pronounced
protein.
China.
It's pronounced yen.
China.
No, it's Japanese. Fuck. What is the Chinese currency?
The yen.
No, that's Japanese.
Yeah, is it the dong or is that Korean? Korean is dong. I'm not.
No,
I'm
it's
not.
not.
It's absolutely called dong. I'm not joking. I'm not. Do you not watch?
It's.
Squid
I mean,
Game?
do they have currency in China?
Yes.
Oh,
One.
It's a yuan.
W or Y.
Yeah, that's what I
UAN.
said. Yuan.
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 Juan.
Yuan. Juan.
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 I love China.
Juan.
They
not
have the
a
best
one because
win.
it's not a J. That's where the comes from.
You
That's,
just outnerd
that's
me.
Yiddish.
I'm
don't even
confused.
know.
Like, why? What is the main protein in China? Because they don't really have a lot
Fish.
of.
Just fucking.
I don't
Octopus,
think it is
fish.
There's a lot of plants.
Rice.
Plants.
That's why they're
No,
adding all
Yeah.
that shit to the rice. Or reading it
did you
earlier.
not? No.
But like
Don't
the
remember
main
that from the '70s?
rice doesn't
With
have a lot
the
of
protein in the rice?
or if any.
Oh, they're the article we talked about earlier
No,
was talking
okay.
about
We didn't live in the
No,
'70s.
modified rice to be more
Story,
nutritious.
asshole.
I'm
Obviously,
talking
with-
more of the main source of protein.
Yeah, hold on. So the protein thing. So America tried to introduce more engineer whatever protein in rice, and when they would do those drops, the humanitarian drops all over whatever, and I think it was,
Protein infused rice.
well, there's like every fourth, fifth grain has this like streak in it where it's like extra packed in protein or something like that. Some jerk, whatever it was.
They were mixing it in.
And then people would get it and they would pick it all out.
Chickens, beef,
So they
lamb,
would waste
pork.
a quarter of their rice when the U.S.
shellfish.
was like, all you have is rice. Have some protein. Get big. Play football. Who? Because can you imagine?
But they probably
Can you imagine?
They genetically engineered. They probably had like some shaman that was like, I don't trust this dark little
I'm
piece
sure
of
that-
rice.
It didn't look like
Toss
rice.
it out.
Yeah. But also,
Probably made some people sick even.
but can you imagine an O line of giant Chinese guys? Just real buff,
They're
huge,
small.
because they've adopted.
Yao
the
Ming's
American-
the
Well,
biggest China person
what-
I've
no,
ever seen
what
in my
about-
life.
The hypothetical,
Chinese person.
The hypothetical is
But
they
isn't he
consider
like-
our
And
American
he was
protein.
skinny.
What is it? Wasn't that kind of? I thought he was Korean.
No, it was Chinese.
He's Chinese.
I'm still trying to figure
I've seen
out
some big
what's
Koreans.
the main source of protein that they get there.
So they have it
You
very
go to the
similar to
Asian
us.
market
This is
here.
what their highest
Dolphin.
protein is: red meat, poultry,
Spam.
fish, egg, dairy.
How do they have
Just
red
because
meat?
that is their most
It's a big
popular
co-
doesn't mean
Well, why don't
everybody
you
can
think-
afford it.
Hold on.
Yeah, they have
Hold on.
chicken and beef. Did
They
you guys
have,
not watch
like,
Mulan?
How many billions of people in China?
Have you not heard of
2.3 or
Mongolian
something?
beef? Have you? Do you know how big China is?
It's huge, yeah.
Why do you think they wouldn't have livestock?
Well, because they don't have the right type of environment.
1.412 billion people in China.
It's the most
They have-
over-polluted place on the world.
You're thinking of like the cities or the
They
country,
still
like
have
the country.
farmland.
Yeah, China's massive. They still have it's just like America. They have all this agriculture.
Rural, fucking suburbans, probably still.
They probably don't drive Suburbans.
7.88
No, but-
billion people on
But
Earth,
like, you know what I mean? There's
and
it's-
1.4 something or other was from China.
There's also smaller cities off of Tokyo.
That's Japan.
I know, as I said it.
Oh, yeah.
Beijing. You know, there's smaller
you are
cities, and there's other
disrespecting the
smaller
katana.
cities, and then there's farmland where there's nothing they grow
Yes,
is
there's
rice.
always rural land everywhere in the world.
They have chicken and beef. Did they go out? No.
Mongolian beef. sweet and
Mongolian
spicy
beef.
Chicken, pork, cashew, chicken.
I mean, raise your hand if you like Chinese food.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't?
That's a Japanese.
Yeah, they have shrimp.
I think the only
Ping.
person that doesn't like Chinese food is my dad.
I can't tell if that's racist or not.
My dad hates Chinese food.
No, the other one that works is
Yeah.
ding.
I feel like just like
Well, at least you can yell
Americans
the-
will eat anything, Chinese people will eat anything.
'Cause they fucking have
Like
to.
they
I
have,
don't know,
also
though,
ting.
but they
because
also have they have goats.
That's not what I was thinking of.
In some places, they do grow like dogs for food and shit.
That's
Yeah.
Korea, I think, mostly.
no
No,
Korea.
they
I
have
was thinking
tarantulas on.
That's probably a lot of
Indonesia,
warm places, too.
Malaysia,
What?
Hold on. We're having multiple conversations.
Asian.
The spiders was Vietnam or Burma.
They were not eating
it's China,
spiders.
They
too.
absolutely, you have not
They
seen
were
that? The
eating
two
tarantulas.
hot ass chicks,
What?
the hot
Two hot ass chicks.
No, I have not seen
two
this.
super hot Pacific Island chicks. You know,
Google that, Derek.
middle chick, whatever that.
Two
what's it-
hot Pacific Island chicks. Let's see what
Eating
happens.
they have
a
a-
tarantula.
They have a bowl of spiders, and they
Yes.
prepare, fry, and eat the spiders. I'm like, ah. This would be a hard smack.
You have
'cause,
to
like,
look at
there's-
eating
You know,
spiders.
They're
You're
sitting
gonna
there, their
get
tank tops, their
everywhere.
titties popping out.
Now that you say that, I feel like I actually kind of have seen that.
Yeah,
See,
it's
two
kind
girls
of old.
eating spiders in China.
What the fuck?
I know in
They're
Vietnam,
Chinese girls.
I had a substitute teacher
Are you getting
that
the sword
fought in
out?
Vietnam, and they used to bite the
Oh, the
heads
sword's
off
out.
beetles
The sword's already
in
out
rice
there.
fields, and then squeeze it into their mouth, and it was like cooked rice.
They also eat rats on a
Beetles?
Huge beetles, but they would eat rice in the fields, and they'd puff up super big. Like he said, it was almost like a damn near tennis ball size.
You'll eat
So
the-
you'd break off the head, and you just squeeze the insides out, and it was like cooked
nice
rice
paste
inside.
or whatever.
Beetle
What
rice
is it?
paste.
I mean,
Zappa.
honestly,
Some sort of beetle, like this field beetle.
I mean, we
would
already
eat
eat
rice.
lobster. Lobster is like a
fucking
form of
bug.
arachnid or whatever. Not arachnid, vertebrate,
Bug.
whatever. The bug, yeah,
Invertebrate.
it's invertebrate.
It's a sea bug.
It is a sea bug.
So is shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why is
Shrimp's
shrimp
good.
so much better? I don't understand lobster.
I think
don't
lobster's.
understand the
I
appeal of
mean, it's butter. Is the main.
lobster. That's the thing. I like butter too, but like I don't understand.
I've had lots of butter and garlic on my lobster, and I find shrimp to be the most pleasing to my palate.
I love shrimp.
I like
I've had good
lobster.
fish too, for sure. But
Crab
I love
legs
the
is,
texture
like,
of shrimp.
Top tier.
Lobster is almost similar, but it's like kind of
Effort.
like I don't know. I wouldn't even call it like
It's chewier.
almost flaky, but it's like softer too. It's not, shrimp's nice and firm when you cook it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Lobster's like got more of a mush to it.
No, it's
definitely.
chewier.
Chewy. Thank you. Fuck.
It's chewier.
Ah.
I don't know. I mean,
I've had some.
never
I've had some chewy.
I've only
shrimp
had
before.
lobster a couple times in my life, a few times in my life, and I've never came away thinking chewy.
It's chewier.
It was kind of like
The tail,
shrimp,
the
but just
one
like
tail
a little bit
piece.
more on the mushy side of it.
Have you
of
not
texture.
had the Emperor's Feast
Shrimp's
at
like
Genji?
crispy, you know, like when you bite into the meat.
Not all
Hold on,
shrimp.
Derek. Hold on. When you go to Genji, do you not get the Emperor's Feast?
I get shrimp and steak.
Oh, Emperor's
Yeah,
Feast comes
yeah.
with scallops, lobster tail.
I think I've only had
Filet.
scallops like once
what
or
does
twice
that
in my
cost?
life.
$120?
It's not cheap. It's market price. Where the fuck that is?
Yeah, probably
Which is an
$120.
ass load.
No.
50-ish.
God, you're so full there by the time you leave as is.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't imagine having
Take it
four
with
different
me. Take
things.
it with me.
So do I, and I still have like 6 meals.
Good for you. What the, that's you're not disagreeing with me. We're in agreement. Yes, take it home, eat it more.
It's a lot of food.
So,
All right, what?
I asked Carly to be the guest tonight because I wanted her to be here for this story.
You didn't. You never asked me to.
Oh.
And it was my ulterior
You
motive.
fingered your own ass. Is that the story?
Well,
So
you're
this
here
is the
now.
story called Captain Crunch Dingleberries.
Oh God.
yeah.
Jesus.
Maybe I'll let Carly start off with the story.
I can remove them.
Unless you want me to, but I think
I
you
can
should be able
tell
to say
the
it
background of it.
Speaking to the microphone, please.
Speaking of the microphone,
Give us the background and then what was the ultimate conclusion?
So, I don't know. We were having some patio beers. We got a little blazed. A lot of blazed.
I think it was after the
And-
show last week. This podcast.
Okay.
Yeah,
This podcast.
That
yeah.
explains
it was.
it.
I think it was the night after this podcast, and he came and met us down at Homie, and I was with Kevin and my uncle.
Yes.
And so we came back here, had some patio beers, got pretty baked, and I ate a shit ton of food already at that point.
I think it
Went
was
to
after
bed,
Did you say volleyball?
and
Dingleberry.
Derrick comes up
Does anyone have a
with
shorter
a
blade to kill
full
myself with?
fucking. Derrick comes up with a full fucking charcuterie board, pretty much, and eats the whole thing.
Does it share with
Because
you?
I am stuffed. I ate like half a pint of ice cream, half a bag of the sweet and spicy chili Doritos. I'm like, oh my God, if I eat any more, I'm going to get sick. And I might have had one cracker or something. I don't know. He's like, I think his thought process was that he was bringing this up to share it with me and I didn't want any, so we ate the whole thing. Next thing I know, he goes back downstairs to I thought he was just putting the charcuterie board away.
Brings another
He
one.
brings a freaking huge bowl filled to the goddamn brim
Cereal?
of Captain Crunch. No milk, nothing. It's just Captain Crunch, and he is fucking hand diving into this Captain Crunch like a psychopath.
Cutting the fuck
And I
out of his
am
mouth.
like, Derrick, you are spilling this literally all over the place. No, I'm not. That's you. I'm like, I haven't touched I haven't touched the fucking Captain Crunch.
Let the
once.
record show it was her.
She ate some.
Next thing I know, you can go on.
Katana Court has ruled. It was you.
So,
I know Derrick, and I know he loves his giant bowl of Captain Crunch with hardly any milk, just milk at the bottom.
There was no milk at all.
no, it was dry.
It was dry.
Dry as fuck.
Oh,
To the
raw
brim
dog and
of a
cereal?
deep
Oh.
bowl. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, he had to pour in minimal half the box of Captain Crunch.
To be fair, she's not wrong. When I went to pour it, the box had sat on the counter for like 2 weeks at this point, and it became settled. There's so much sugar in there, it starts to stick a little bit. And I tried to pour it, and like a few kibbles come out.
I was sitting there for 2 days.
And I just give it like a little squeeze, and I was just like, bam! And it just shoots out, and I was like, well, that was meant to happen.
Did you have a big bowl, or was this a normal sized bowl?
I used the deep bowls I have. They're not obnoxiously deep or whatever.
Sounds
but,
intentional.
Like, if
It's
you're
a
literally
half a
leveling it off on
cereal.
top, though, it's
Yeah.
a lot.
Point of precedence.
Is it
You
a-
did
I'm
grab
admitting it to be a
gigantic
lot.
bowl.
I'm just
It's a
explaining the
pint.
bowl.
You had a pint of.
Minimum.
This is a pint.
It was half
Yeah.
the box.
I want one.
They come in
Yeah.
pints.
I would take a pint of Captain Crunch with milk, though.
Just in a glass.
Yeah, with milk.
Yeah.
So yeah,
With
I
me.
raw dogged it. Carly ate some too.
No, I did not. I had like one little nibble.
I think it was her fault because I was very delicate
wait,
while
wait.
eating this.
No,
You
Captain
were
Never
raw
done
dogging
that.
it.
Because it hurts your mouth when you chew on it. You gotta be delicate.
But you were just using your hand. You didn't even get a spoon.
No, there was no liquid.
Like I said, I was just for
It's
some
dry.
reason for still imagining a spoon.
It just like falls off. Like, damn it.
Every
damn
time
it.
Derrick
eating
eats
peas.
anything, he has like 6 pieces that dogs come and eat it off of his chest, and he calls me the messy person.
No, I feed the dogs. I put those there on purpose.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So they bite your
Fall
nipples.
off of
Little
it.
treats for him.
He's a messy eater.
This is why I love the dogs more than you do. I do things like that for them.
You accidentally spill it all over the
No, that
floor.
takes forethought.
How was the? Did you eat it
So
all?
this is the
Did you-
conclusion of the story, though. The next morning, Carly goes to take a shower, and a Captain Crunchberry falls out of her ass.
What? Did it slice the roof of your ass?
Thus, Captain Crunch Dingleberries.
Oh.
Damn. That seems like it would have been uncomfortable.
I came running down.
She didn't
like,
even know.
"You
She got in the
piece of
shower.
shit!"
It's like Captain Crunch
Hold
on me.
on. Time out.
No.
How bad is your ass hair? Then it got stuck.
No, it was legit
A
Captain Crunchberry. Not his own natural.
Stuck in there. I was laying in bed and I must toss and turn.
How do you not feel it in your ass crack?
I go straight from bed to shower, and I was washing out.
How do you not wake up in the morning and go, oh, is that Crunchberry?
Yeah,
You know
nugget
what I
in
mean?
there.
Yo, what is that?
Yo.
Something on me.
I think
I
you're
don't know.
you're
Maybe,
gross.
maybe during the night it started to deteriorate.
Oh, you didn't
That's
have
a
a
good
pile
point.
of
How
mush
did-
come out that was yellow.
Yeah, hold
So
on.
was
That
it
was a
smashed?
ball.
A
Yeah,
little
no,
Yeah, how
it
is
was a fully formed
Yeah,
fucking.
that's a good point.
Half of it would be smashed.
No, apparently it came out like a
Even
little,
if
That's a
fell.
really good point.
It was probably sitting right in
Yeah.
my ass crack.
If you're how hairy is your ass crack?
It
Not
it might have been
all.
stuck to your back.
It
even.
found the one little like empty space.
Just hanging on.
Yeah.
There is a
I don't
target.
think I have a hairy ass. Do I have a hairy ass?
Easy. Careful, Derrick. Here, take this and answer the question. Easy. She's waiting.
Do I have a hairy ass?
No. I said there is a target. You know, pools.
Wait. Don't tell me you were eating Captain Crunch out of her little butt pool.
No, that did not happen.
There's a
Loser.
Well, that would explain
I
it.
didn't think
like
you'd get it either.
You know, because I've seen people like eat. You know,
Don't
did
need
you
to
put
spell it out plain. It's
didn't-
sexual.
one in the belly button or something? Did you do it?
There's a target on you
You were throwing them.
wherever you come. With a good shot, it'll just pull in one little. Basically, the top of your butt crack.
What?
So that's probably where that.
If I
Crunchberry
come,
was
it'll
at.
spill to the top of my butt crack.
That's not. No.
What the fuck?
There's a spot where it just.
Derrick,
You know,
the
slides
real
down.
question is, would you eat cereal out of it?
It slides down. If you come, you're not coming in my
All right,
asshole.
that's not what I'm
Oh!
saying. Never mind, Carly. You have a well-formed butt and a nice little dimple, you know, back at the bottom of your back.
Hey, Derrick, don't trip while you're backpedaling.
Honestly, what I think is happening right
Like the
here
gooch?
is Derrick is trying to tell you that he wants to eat cereal out of your butt
I would
crack.
eat cereal out of your ass.
I'll watch it right now.
Go.
Go right now. Do it right now.
Dimple.
You know, if you guys need to go upstairs.
No.
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah, I have
Podcast.
like a dimple right there in my
We're
back.
We're not live. Can't do that. Something like that.
Right
But
on
with
the
the Captain
top
Crunch
of
Berry
my
fell its way
butt
in there.
crack.
Fuck you.
There's a closet.
Hold on. I don't believe that you can do that. Let's prove it right now.
Do what?
You want me to
Eat
bend over
cereal out of her butt? No, I'm
and
not doing
watch
that.
him eat my asshole? That's what you want to watch?
I have a sword and I'm closest to the door.
There's a thing
Someone's
called
showing me their
Pornhub.
And
ass.
I'm calling 911.
Oh, phones.
Excuse me, sir. This guy has a sword here. It's a katana. He's threatened my life if I don't eat cereal out of my girlfriend's ass. What do I do? I think he means business.
911 operator be like, I'm going to text you my number
They'll be
right
like,
now
we're sending authorities.
with a camera.
Are you talking about my back dimples? Is he trying to eat the fly?
Is he? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, but he's so slow.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought he was freaking out in the mirror. all of
Dude's
a
like
sudden.
me. Just slow
Alright,
and lumbering.
Slow a little bit.
I got a kind of a
I don't
crazy
have a
story,
dimple.
which I didn't even realize this was
Hold
still
on.
going on in a lot of places.
Derek's trying
Hold
to
on.
change
I don't think
subjects.
she's done.
Is there a dimple in my ass crack?
No, the napier back, you know,
The napier ass.
Like right above my butt crack. I have
Yes.
dimples right
Yes.
there.
not your cheeks, just a little triangle.
What are you doing,
right
Lane?
before
I'm
it
adjusting
leads into
myself.
your butt
Gee,
crack.
oh yeah, I bet.
Okay.
Jacking off over there.
I thought you said I had a little like dimple in my butt crack.
I got shot.
I would say
No.
almost all. I don't know, maybe not all, because you never want to say all, but most women have that one little spot in their. They're just where they're.
Do you
where
have a
their-
lot of experience
Where
with that,
their
Lane?
back comes down and
If they
meets
don't
the
have it,
gluteus maximus is.
Don't hit it. You gotta have it.
You got what do you call that little spot?
Money shot
No,
spot.
No, that's not the money shot. You know,
the-
that.
No, that's not the money
The
shot.
hot tub. No.
The little hot tub.
No. The
No, it's got to be
The
like
Bermuda Triangle.
it's-
Well,
no,
I mean,
the
you're
Bermuda
dating
Triangle.
my cousin,
I get
so
lost
we
in
are
there.
technically-
Yeah.
Technically, we have similar genes.
We were the same genes.
Oh, it's the jeans.
We're not related.
It's nice is when you can see it on top of the jeans.
man, I missed the
do have
early
this little
2000s so
impulse
much for that. Early 2000s with those little fucking clit hugger jeans.
Yeah.
Man, I missed those.
That's what they were called.
Well, that's what they were.
The hot tubber.
Those
Huh?
super low cut.
Yeah.
pants.
Where you could see the back dimple.
You can see bush.
What's it called? This little spot.
I don't
What
know.
comes together, it's gotta have
But
a
then
name.
now we're doing fucking mom jeans. It's like,
Mom jeans could be sensitive.
I mean, I was in high school. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I can see bush. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So on Brecken eat bush?
The it's the dick root is what you saw.
All right.
The dudes were wearing the low cuts. Unfortunately, it was all the chicks. So you saw a lot of coin slot and bush. That's
Where was
what
this
you
at?
saw.
Where
No,
was this at?
I know exactly.
Early 2000s.
I remember.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I guess
You
so.
spent too much time in the internet in the early 2000s, apparently.
What are you
Show me
talking
pictures of bush.
Chat GTP.
You scroll down after 5 pages. Oh, here's bush hanging out of shorts, and that's what's burnt into your
What the
mind.
fuck are you talking?
It's because he was
If
in
you're
the
not going to
bush.
pay attention to the conversation, don't comment on the conversation.
He
We're
was-
talking about early 2000s fashion.
Yeah, and I'm talking about your internet search in the early 2000s.
My internet search is the
Fashion
chick,
in the early 2000s was
Yeah.
bush hanging out the bottom of your
no,
shorts.
the top of the jeans, the low cut jeans, those super low cut jeans.
And bush hanging out the top.
Yeah,
I don't recall bush hanging out the top.
just a little bit. It's not like fucking 70s woofer, but just like
That's
there were
you
clearly
went too many
hairs.
pages in on your image search.
What era?
Early 2000s.
No.
Yes, because in high school, all those chicks would wear those super low.
What
What is that?
high school did you go to?
A very private high school. 'Cause I was a
Apparently,
fancy
literally,
boy.
show your privates at this high school.
You know what? It was religious, so
That might be an explanation right there.
yeah, that's not.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
like
don't know.
I got all excited about Bush and started just giving me stuff.
Thanks for coming to this bush. Here's some your tote bag.
Do you miss Bush?
No, that's not the. I don't give a shit about the bush. The point is you can see it. The point is you
Clearly.
can see it. It was popping out. Now we got mom jeans.
So you don't know if there's a bush now. Is that your problem?
Well, if the moms are tight enough, you can tell. But
What
am,
do boobs
am I
feel
fucking
like?
wrong?
Sandbags?
Like bags of sand. Like, oh, do me, John, do me.
What?
That's a 4-year-old version.
You can
Practice that
see the
before.
bush through the jeans?
No. Wow, way to keep up with this.
He's actually Superman. Sorry, we didn't tell you. He has X-ray vision.
I'm looking at Derrick's dick right now.
Bushes.
Oh, there it is.
Seem very itchy.
Bush? What?
You said mom jeans,
Mom
right?
jeans?
Is that what you said?
No, a bush.
Oh, a bush and mom jeans.
No,
Yeah.
no, they're the
Oh,
opposite.
little bit.
Bushes
Well, we don't have a problem with
I
grass
turned up my
anymore
bush
'cause
after my
everybody
shower
shaves.
today. So,
Huh?
I turned up my bush after my shower.
I
today.
heard the razor going on. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, finally.
Do you have a do you have a manscaped
in
lawnmower
the
4.0?
shower?
Dude, we're always not in the shower, but we're always so fucking busy. I'm always like, I don't have time to do this. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You got fucking bush popping out your
It's a
dungarees. It's
process.
been a long month.
I just have a little rash on my butt.
A process.
I'm kidding.
Process. Whoa.
I'm kidding.
And the
Now, don't
dimples.
forget your dad might be on this show at some point, and he might casually listen to some past episodes. So
I claim no responsibility
Terry.
for what
So
has
what's
happened.
what's this episode
There's not
called?
gonna listen to that.
This episode is called "I Have Nothing to Do with Whatever Carly's Saying."
Don't
I
listen
don't know
to
this
this
girl.
one about
She doesn't
Carly.
live here.
I'm gonna
I don't
drink
know
my
why she's
margarita.
here.
But also, why does it? Hold on. Why do you have to block out time to
I've
shave
been
your
saving
pubes,
this.
dude?
Hey, what about that?
Here, hold on.
What
No,
about
no.
that shandy?
No,
though?
stop. Why do you have to take time out of your day to control your bush? How long does it take you to manage your hedgerow?
About 15 minutes.
Jesus Christ!
No,
Dude, it's a
today it was
process.
just a quick buzz. You know,
After 5 minutes, you're
that
on
was
vacation.
that was a 5-minute buzz.
How long
Okay,
does it take you
into
to
that.
shave your
If
If you're
face?
gonna go in there and like really sculpt and clean, that takes a little bit longer.
Where do you
20
shave
minutes.
it off into?
Zzz, it's like a D to you.
Do you
How-
shave it off into the shower or a towel?
The toilet. and then I wipe it all up around.
I was gonna tell the puby story.
Anyway, Glenn, what was your question, Lane?
You should
Lane?
tell the
Lane.
puby story. You gotta hear
Lane,
this story.
no,
This
hold
is
on, Lane,
absolutely
what was the question?
hilarious.
No, let's
This does
hear
not
it.
involve me, but it is hilarious.
Give me more beer.
Into the microphone.
Do you
I'd like a
have more beer?
shandy.
I'd like a beer of some kind.
So,
I'd like one of Lane's beers.
all right, we'll let him.
Yeah, I
crack
think I
open
have
a beer.
shandies in there.
I'll prepare for this story.
What kind of shandy is? What was your question, Lane?
I didn't have a question for you.
Yeah, you had a question about me. How long it took me to do something? Don't throw that.
I
Do
don't-
not throw that. Do not throw that.
I don't remember
Don't
it.
throw that. Thank you.
But Carly has a pube story I'd like to hear.
Yeah. Oh, ew, gross, dude. You're talking about Bush? Gross.
Oh god, it's so funny.
What the fuck?
Hey, my course.
Oh, this is
So,
refreshing as fuck.
to go on with this story.
Shandy's good, man. Summer.
Oh, it's only 163
Dude.
calories in this bitch.
So my boss.
What
What
the
is that?
fuck? What the fuck? It just.
You've been iced.
Oh!
Great.
Get on your knees, bitch!
Are you upset because I left them in your fridge? Is that what happened?
Because you didn't know how icing worked, and you
You
just
don't
showed
either.
up with a 6-pack, and you go, "You've been iced." We're like, "What?"
Well,
You can't
yeah,
walk into a
Derrick,
house
I know,
with a 6-pack.
I know.
Like, you've been
Derrick,
iced.
in
I
all
know.
fairness, neither do you, because you didn't propose to him with the ice. You just handed it to him.
Yeah,
So,
you did
All
not
you gotta do
it
is
correctly.
surprise the person with
Nope,
the ice.
you gotta get on one
No,
knee.
you wrap a present with the ice
No,
inside.
he has to get on one knee now and chug it.
Yeah.
There's different rules.
Chug.
Chug it like it's
chug,
water.
Chug. Open your throat. Chug. Chug.
Yeah.
Chug.
Deep throat that liquid.
Pussy.
Boof it. Boof
Don't
it.
want to do
Boof
that.
it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing, but
Kind of sucks.
really
Finish
fucking-
it.
Almost
Finish
sure
it.
I will. I also have a
Finish.
fucking shandy I just opened up. You tried to put that here
Wait, I have
for
a
me to
weapon.
get earlier.
I have a weapon.
Is that what was in that bag earlier?
What?
You put the shandy in there earlier on the
You're so
table?
The bag's not been
Intimidating,
used
John.
until just now. You're fucked up on ice.
He's iced out, bro.
Fuck, I got iced.
Ice.
You go home to your
Man.
girlfriend and be like, I took ice tonight.
I've been doing
She's like,
ice.
you're on meth? And you were like, no, Smirnoff.
He tried to ice me, but he still fucked it up.
But I did. I pulled it off.
It was a surprise.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Because
I
Is
know
he
it's
not
supposed to be
drinking
a
the ice?
surprise.
he isn't drinking.
But
that
I don't have to drink it or chug it because he didn't propose the ice.
I'll allow it. Katana court rules.
You know, I feel that's fair.
Yep, you gotta drink it.
Do you have
I am
a
drinking it.
disagreement with Katana court?
Yo, you're not allowing them not
How
to
many?
chug
How
it.
many more are left?
The point of the ice is you
Like
get surprised by the
5.
ice. That's all you have to execute.
You're the
That is
first
the idea.
ice of
Hey,
the
blah,
year.
Oh my god, an ice! You've been iced.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
like
but
getting
he's-
served with
I
papers.
iced
Something
people.
to
You've been iced and divorce papers.
I was supplying
Does that not
the
happen for
ice.
you?
I'm waiting for it.
That happened to me.
Oh no shit.
No joke.
I
no,
gave
I'm
it to
joking.
multiple other people to
I'm waiting for a
go
shirt to
ice
show
someone.
Hey, you. Hey,
Go ice, you know. And I'm pretty sure I iced Chase or Jeff.
Bro, you
I
must have
don't
bought a
remember.
12-pack because I think there's still 5 in the fridge.
I did.
No, that was the last one.
I
There's-
Or in the main fridge?
Yeah, there's 5 left.
I iced Dan, and Dan didn't know what I was doing. I was like, bullshit, you know exactly what I'm
Dan's
doing,
the
Dan.
only one that chugged it, I think.
No, he did. But it's like, you know exactly what I just did.
Because I think you actually
I
did it
iced it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
See
got
that,
that
and I
one,
think
I
I
iced it.
gave you that one.
See,
to
when
do.
Lane showed
Quit
up,
trying
he
to
didn't even get down on one
claim
knee.
valor.
He literally took a pack of it and put it on the table and goes, "You've been iced.
Yeah.
yeah.
You gotta chug one." I
Yeah.
was like, "That's not how that works."
Yeah. but-
That was the gift to the party though. I was expecting you to give some because I had 6 more in my
Yeah,
cooler.
Derrick
It
didn't
wasn't
give us
until
anything
I
from the party.
explained it to
I-
him that he started doing it.
Well, there was other people around.
And then Chase just said it behind.
That's the point. Other people around. You've been iced. You've been
Oh yeah,
iced.
yes. Someone kicked it over.
Chris. No, he said it behind. Like, he said it at Chris's feet. He's like, here you go, something there. I'm like, effort, Chase, effort.
Wonder if that was the
But
secret
Chris-
broken glass he found.
Chris was a G, and he just fucking chugged
He
it,
knew.
so
Well, everyone
he knew
was
so.
also like, "It's an ice." You've been iced, man.
But Chase did all sneaky and shit. I'm like, nah, you gotta be right. Be look him in the eyes.
See, that's the thing though. Like, if you a
Cup
true
of balls.
ice is like always evolving and surprising you in new ways. I appreciate
It
the
hasn't
bag
changed
trick.
in 20 years.
You
so
didn't just
no.
like come around
I
the
will
corner,
give 20
you know.
bucks to
He put it
anyone
in a
in
bag.
here that will pull an ice down their pants. Go to the Underwood and find Chase Scrape and go, "Hey, can you look at something for me?" You know, and have him go back to the bathroom and unzip your pants and be like, "You've been iced, motherfucker."
We already have his birthday plans now. Hopefully he doesn't hear this before then.
He won't.
Okay.
Should we all meet?
We
and
should
grab
all
a,
just have ice by our dicks the whole entire night.
or keep some in a vehicle nearby, and we just like keep everyone randomly goes
Just keeps
out
icing
and
them all
grabs
night.
them one.
See if you can get the bartender.
That's
Oh,
gonna be
I bet
outside.
Healy-
They're supposed to cigarette.
Hold on.
You get ice.
You think Healy would get
Yeah, I got
get on
cigarette
there?
It's
break.
kind
Healy
of
would
illegal.
100%.
That's kind
It's
of
like,
illegal.
whatever this guy
though,
orders,
out
give him an
there.
ice.
That
That'd
yeah.
be hilarious.
I wonder if they have it at the Underwood.
No, I
We
definitely-
can bring it in.
He might not drink it. He would just be, no, give me something new.
Yeah, but if Healy goes like, just have Healy do it.
If,
And
you,
what-
if he
what
drinks the
Chase
first
orders
one,
is whatever.
if he drinks the first one, I bet you he'd do everyone after that. If he does not take the first one, you're gonna waste at least 2, and by the third, I bet he would do it. He's like, all right, you're being persistent.
It would be wasted. I'd drink them.
I don't want to carry one around that long.
You don't have to
Anyhow.
carry him around.
She gets
You know,
hot.
somebody try.
Hot.
If it doesn't
Oh.
work, you either drink it or throw it away.
Don't,
And then
you
get
don't
another
throw
one
away
like a
ice.
half hour later.
You don't throw away ice. Come on now.
Yeah, you do.
It's not fair because it's
You
at
chug
a
it or you
bar.
throw it away, John.
It's at a bar.
It's delicious malt liquor.
I don't even think we could get away with this. I feel like the bar will say no. Rich will be
If
like,
you're
yeah,
buying it from the bar,
yeah,
why
you
would
can
they
buy it
say
from the
no?
bar. That is true. That is true.
don't give that guy stuff you bought legally from here.
Are we trying to bring back icing?
Yes.
Just for his
I
birthday.
am now.
All right,
I'm
in.
We talked about it, and I was
I'm
like,
in.
I was
I'm
on
in
the
the
bottom. I
long-range
went
commitment.
through and bottom.
We take turns of buying if he doesn't drink it until he eventually does.
It's kind of like the dildo.
Once he drinks it, he'll keep doing it.
Where's the dildo?
That's
at?
where we get him.
All right, are we telling the pube story?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm gonna hit with the
shit.
pubes.
I totally did forget about that.
All right. So, my best friend Taylor, I call her Hick Bitch.
She's a hick bitch.
I call her Hick Bitch, yes, because she lives in Hicktown now. So, her
What is
name's
it?
Hick Bitch.
Grand Island.
But she's had multiple nicknames
You might
throughout
have to-
the years.
You might have to speak into the microphone a little bit more.
Okay, so we've been friends throughout the years since 3rd grade. It was, we had been 13, probably, maybe 14. And I don't know, went to do something, volleyball, I don't know what it was, but we went back to my parents' house and had to take a shower. So we're both in the shower in our swimsuits or whatnot, and just like switching sides in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
I tear down. She shoves
Like
me
the
out of the
way
way. She shoves me out of the way. I tear down the whole fucking shower curtain with the rod and everything. I'm laying on the ground.
Wait,
Water's
what?
going
Why
everywhere.
did you turn the rod down?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Because she shoved me out of the way when we were trying to switch sides to wash.
You are a shower asshole.
Well, we were
A hog.
switching sides.
She is.
It was like this tiny little bathtub shower, like the one you have down here. Tiny little bathtub shower. We're switching sides, and she somehow like bumps me, and it makes me
You just
fall
went, wow.
out of the shower, and I tear the whole thing down. Water's going everywhere.
Brown
We
chicken.
don't care. We're laughing our
Brown.
asses off.
Can we
They're
just
figuring out-
Our legs tangled together.
Carly,
We're-
can you wait 1 second, please? Pause your story.
Background.
I'm gonna play some Barry White.
Let's just see where this goes.
Why you tell us this story? All right.
Okay, begin again. Your legs are entangled together.
No, we're not even together. I'm the only one out of the shower at this
She
point.
lands
She's
on
laughing.
top.
We're laughing. And next thing we know, music's distracting. We're done. The shower's done at this point.
What happened during the shower again?
I fell out of the shower.
You fell out of the shower.
I tripped
After you
up-
guys bumped bodies.
Yeah,
naked bodies.
Sure, whatever. Anyhow,
Glistening.
the shower's done, and she asked me, "Do you have a towel?" I had my towel, but I didn't have a clean towel for her at that point or something. So I
Did you
was
guys
like,
share
"Hey,
towels?
There's like 4 on the ground over there. Like, just grab one of those towels."
On
She-
the ground towel.
She picks up a towel, starts
What?
wraps it around her body to start drying off. And oh my god.
Be ready, just.
Oh my god. She takes the towel off, and we might just be naked at this point. I don't even know.
Yeah,
but-
you are.
She literally takes the towel off, and I look at her, and I start crying. crying, laughing. Apparently, my brother had shaved his fucking pubes that day in that fucking towel.
Skirt?
And so she picked this towel up. She has my brother's pubes stuck all over her body. She looks like a dude, fucking covered in hair.
Covered in pubes, not hair.
Pubes! And so her nickname has been Puby for years.
That sucks. Oh, here we go.
So her name's Puby now.
It's Puby. She had
I
pubes
love it.
all over her body from my brother.
She looked like a hairy-chested dude.
How
like me.
how old were
I'm
you
sure.
girls again?
13 to 14 probably.
Yeah. So that's scarring. So you like mean girled her and
Oh,
just
we
called
were-
her puby
I was
forever?
laughing my ass off. Oh yeah. Spencer, we told Spencer the story. He was in tears on the floor laughing. Like he could not get off the floor. He was laughing so hard.
He couldn't get up
Yeah, he definitely did.
the floor.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was so funny. I mean,
Wow.
literal.
How did
she looked
she-
like she was a gorilla?
She didn't notice it though. You would think
She
you would
put the
take.
towel on.
You think you would just like look at a towel though before
She
you
did it.
picked
We
it up
were
off
young
the
and
floor.
whatever, and she just grabbed a towel and threw it on, started drying off.
Yeah.
Takes
I mean,
it off
would you
the
expect the
cover.
towel thrown on the floor to literally be a fucking
Well,
I wouldn't take a
bag
towel
of
off the floor.
pubes?
I'm assuming hopefully
Bag of holding of pubes, enough to cover you and look like.
what I'm more imagining is a pile of towels and maybe she just grabbed one off the top. Hopefully,
Gross.
you know. I mean,
She
I
said it
don't
was laying on the
know.
floor all wadded
Ew.
up.
Well, I mean, yeah. Then that's her own
There was
fault.
like 5
That's
of
why.
them. I told her. Well, she asked
But
me
as
about
far
a
as
clean one.
pube disposal goes, do you just blow your pubes into a fucking towel and be like, yeah, I'll pick it up later?
Well, I mean,
How do you dispose of your pubes?
Shop vac with the top.
yeah.
I believe you.
I actually I'm gonna do that now. I was
down the
joking.
drain for sure.
Well,
You
Spencer,
Down the drain. Shake it down into
we'll
it.
use magic
Spencer
shades
throughout
on
the
it.
You-
years
you
that my
would
mom
tell
did
them
his
and then throw it down the
laundry,
drain?
so-
Yeah, well, you have a towel around to catch anything. You know.
Well, I can just put my balls on the counter. I'm tall enough.
I do it
can
over
just
the-
plop
You
that
have
shit
nice
on.
The
counters.
the toilet, and then I'll just wipe up everything around the toilet. Just got a quick toilet.
No,
clean.
get you a hand towel, put it on your sink, and then you flop your nards up on it. And just zip.
Nards.
So, yeah.
I guess you guys aren't tall enough.
Saving money at Menards.
Yes.
No, I used to have a little ball stand, but I
Ball stand.
just
I put my little balls up on this
Is it like,
stand.
is it like
rest
the
it,
trophy
you know?
in South Park where just like you hold up the tits, but it's your boobs, your
just
balls?
hold them. You can shave them around.
Ladies,
you know,
rockin'
but
Bob.
I got rid of it. Just another like thing.
Finish that ice.
Yeah, I'm slowly drinking it.
Chug
It's fine.
it. You have to chug it now.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
look at-
warmed
oh.
up.
Oh, he put his whole lips around that entire mouthpiece.
Yeah, you gotta
I saw
open the lips.
No, that's what you didn't do the first time.
Yeah.
It just touched your lips.
because I wasn't
you deep
planning.
throated
I
at that
was
time.
I wasn't planning on
Yeah,
drinking
the
it.
neck of the-
first.
Yeah,
tip
so
of
that's the point of it.
The thread.
You're not planning on drinking ice
didn't-
ever.
You
The
got
bottle-
you gotta get on a knee next time.
Nobody
the end of the
buys
bottle-
that shit and is just like, yeah, I'm drinking this. No, you get ice.
The
I
end,
bought it and drank one.
the end of the bottle has to reach the back of your throat. That's the law.
No, and actually, I think that might be even the third one that I've drank because I definitely drank one that night. I was myself.
What?
I was that cool, man.
Yeah, it's not a brag, bro. I drank an ice by myself, and my parents weren't even in the room.
I don't even need to be iced. I just like the way it tastes.
I had a beer without my parents' supervision.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, John.
Yes.
I already know what this story is about, but I want to hear you describe it. What is
Jesus Christ.
organization?
That's mine.
Oh, that's yours. Organization. Lane.
It is killer whales, orcas,
Uh-huh.
organizing
Free Willy.
to kill
The
people.
boats?
Boats.
Flip the boats over? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
No,
Not flipping-
organization is not just flipping boats, or not necessarily
Well,
flipping
it's
boats.
pod
they're turning
behavior.
propellers off of boats, but they're specifically organization. Though, is they're finding evidence that they are working with other sea animals, like dolphins, and there was another sea
No,
animal.
I didn't read that.
Yeah, that's what the organization comes from.
What kind of
So it's
mammal?
not just organizing a pod. They are organizing
What kind of-
other sea creatures to help them destroy these
What kind of
boats.
creatures?
I just said dolphins is the big one.
Well, we know dolphins are smart, and you get a rogue
lions.
dolphin.
Can you imagine?
The crazy part, though,
Whereas
is
with
that they're
lions?
communicating with the
lions.
dolphins.
Oh, shit.
They speak a different language, as far as we thought.
They're
But
forming an alliance.
how about, though, in every fucking fantasy novel, there's always the common language. Sea creatures have a common
Why would
language.
you do that, Carly?
Us land dwellers don't.
Why would you do this to me?
We have to turn your microphone off.
Praline pecans?
Wait, you said they're forming a new language? Is that what I heard? Or was I not paying
No.
attention?
Somehow the orcas
Interspecies.
are
They have a
speaking-
translator.
Yes, NASA train.
A nasty train.
NASA train.
You know,
There's other
they're a
creatures
nasty
besides
train
dolphins, though. Let me see if I can find
It's
it.
interspecies erotica, fucko.
on a train.
That's the kind of train you thought of? That's not what I thought of.
No, we're just making it a train. Because it
It's
ups the stakes
it's a
a
meta
little more.
gangbang?
Or yeah,
A train on a train?
yeah. You
Yo,
don't,
dog, I heard you like trains.
you don't think they do that? Let's get on a train. Let's train on a train.
Just started sometime in front of a train. Like,
Train
hey!
on train action.
What are you googling?
What other creatures they've been working with? It wasn't a lot, but orcas are technically a type of dolphin. So it'd be, I think, understandable that their languages might be similar.
Fuckers are good.
Even if they don't have the dolphins,
Those pretzels are
the orcas, like formulating and attacking, seems like a major.
So a couple
fucking
weeks
red
ago,
flag.
they said
No,
that
you're
it was
too.
started with this one orca that they got hurt by a boat, and then it started attacking boats. The other orcas. In
That's
its
what they-
pod,
that's
and
a-
since it's been spreading.
That's a theory. They don't know
Still,
that for
it's,
sure.
it's feasible and
I mean,
awesome.
it's definitely explained. It's like straight out of Avatar, which I just watched.
I haven't seen the new one, and I kind of
You
don't
watched
give a
it?
shit.
Yeah, we watched it. It sucked.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't suck.
I can't commit 3
Well, have
hours
you
and 15
seen the
minutes to it.
It
original?
was fine. It should have been a series.
Yeah.
Should have been a 4-hour series, 6 episodes. But it's
What's
whatever.
Just a
problem.
movie.
Yeah, because it was like 3.5 hours. We watched it 2 nights.
The original one.
No,
I think the original one was like pushing 3.
it was
maybe.
it was out there. It was a. Jeez.
You fuck.
Derrick, look what you did, you little jerk. Haha, I'm saying it now.
You finally gotta say it.
I don't. Oh, Derrick touched me erotically on the shoulder.
Those pretzels are too, John.
I had to
Yeah,
get
I
that
saw that. Thank. I mean,
Smirnoff ice out of my
trying not
mouth.
to-
Pretzel. So I'm terribly worried though when like their animals are fighting back.
Yeah.
You know? Have you seen It's a Bug's Life?
Yeah.
I know, you have. Have you? Really?
It's like Lord of the Rings.
Because it's no. I mean,
Oh,
it's
fuck, it kind of is.
not at all. I mean, maybe in a way, but
I have not seen that.
it's one of the early
It's
3D
actually,
animation movies.
Bug's Life is an allegory for the Polish uprising in World War II.
I mean, no, I think you could. It's just a timeless
No, it is.
story
It is.
of a revolt. You know.
Yeah, the Polish uprising in World War II is the one I'm going to associate it with.
I think you could.
Boom.
I think you could
Uh,
really. Anyway, it's just a timeless story about someone fucking oppressing a colony.
Why are we talking about Bug's Life right now? Because I
The
started,
whales, man.
Okay.
The
so-
whales are rising up
All right,
like
all right,
the
easy.
fucking
All right,
ants.
All right, easy. All right,
And
chill,
that sounds
chill,
bad because we're the grasshoppers.
Chill. Of course, with the grasshoppers.
Then I know,
Of course.
but that's not like
Hold on.
good.
Have you seen this? Have you seen orcas hunting seals?
Well, yes.
So there's no different.
Yeah.
They're just targeting boats.
Yeah,
they
but
hurt 'em.
they're humans. They know they're humans.
I don't know. I don't know they're humans.
There has not been any deaths from orcas
Grant-
for this. But here's the thing.
SeaWorld, though, they do
It's-
recognize our trainers are assholes.
Well,
They kill
that's
the
different.
trainers.
That's different. That's
Eh,
different. Because these orcas that are
thank you for the
attacking
addition
the
to this
yachts
conversation,
and
Carly.
boat rudders
SeaWorld is bad.
are only in a specific location. It's like a
It's off a European seaboard,
it's Spain and shit. Or
Yeah.
it's a certain. No, I don't know if it's just a
but it's been spreading.
spreading to the Atlantic, the other orcas in the Pacific or whatever.
Where it was happening, it's gotten bigger, and it's like points though where like obviously it's not the same pod anymore.
Yeah, but it's the same species of orcas.
Yeah,
probably.
so somebody
I think-
started it, and now it's happening everywhere, and now they're involving multiple species.
But it's only, I think, a problem in Spain, Portugal.
It's been spreading across multiple species. Who knows?
There's orcas in America, right?
Yeah. They're on
This-
TLC.
SeaWorld, they're gonna start attacking.
No, I'm talking about like in the
Zappa!
Alaska.
Zappa! Orcas in America!
Are there not?
If other creatures are doing it,
'Cause-
I mean, like it's only a matter of time. Besides, before one of those creatures goes cross Atlantic,
So, but wait a second, no, because Free Willy takes place in.
Florida.
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, I believe.
I thought it was Washington.
Well, you know what? I'm not sure if they ever actually say.
I don't know where Free
You might be
Willy
right
is.
on that
'Cause
because
that's
there's
the
that
Pacific-
rocky outcrop on the.
yeah.
They don't have a lot of that in that
It's
area.
not a
That's all
sandy area.
northern.
Well, I mean, I always assumed
Northwestern.
because they are fucking like northern species, you know?
They're all over. They're a species of dolphin.
They're not in Florida, though. I mean, I guess maybe they do travel the Gulf Current. I
I don't know. They're at
fucking know.
SeaWorld.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So, you don't like SeaWorld? No, I don't either. It's fucked
Never
up.
been.
I would never go
Dolphins
either.
commit suicide. They shouldn't be held captivity. Neither should whales.
They just seem really
They
miserable.
have they have
You
a
can give her a
big
pencil.
No.
whatever the eco motive. It's something in their sense.
They're smart as fuck.
No, it's like sharks. They can't be held captive unless they're small enough because it's like a
no
sensor
species
thing.
wants to be, you know,
And like,
Giraffes
well,
do
dolphins
on its own,
Dolphins
jailed.
are so
Giraffes
smart. They travel.
What is that
What is it? 30 miles a day or something like that. In the
30
water.
miles?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And so when they're
Miles.
held captive, they can't do that. So they will look at their trainer and drown themselves and commit suicide.
Don't they also rape people?
So it
I've
evens
never
out.
heard
It's
of that.
hey, you score 0-0. Good. And then Japanese go and kill them all.
What? What score?
They
rape us?
They rape people and they kill themselves. It seems like it's a self.
I don't think it's
self-solving
the. No,
problem.
I don't think it's the same dolphin.
Are you saying dolphins are Japanese and they commit seppuku?
The dolphins that are raping aren't the ones that are committing suicide.
I'm just asking the man with the
Holy
katana.
shit!
But that's
I know.
just
It's
any-
species wide. Goddamn, Lane, keep up. The species
Well, dude,
itself.
I'm still talking about A Bug's Life.
The ones that.
What? When did that happen?
No! You were out of
Is
the
there
room.
any?
God
Is there
damn.
any?
You
like,
love The Bug's Life, right? Is that a great
I
movie?
know that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie, man.
Yeah.
How do we know if dolphins actually rape somebody?
Oh,
Because
the
the-
documented there's videos.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, they will rape other animals just to like, I'm gonna just fuck you because you're a hole. Basically,
They take fish and fuck them, don't they?
they do
Yeah,
humans
it's not
too.
the blowfish thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought there was other fishes. They
That
get.
kinda
I think
sums
they get
up your
high off. Of,
relationship.
I think they get high off of the puffin fish or
Maybe.
blowfish, something.
But you
A
just,
lot of animals will
Pufferfish.
get
Derrick-
fucked up on substances. Like
Derrick,
moose
I-
will eat like fermented
Derrick,
apples.
I think you just summed up your relationship. You're a hole.
Wow.
That's what he said it.
Not that context.
John made that connection.
Yeah,
This is
pervert.
fucking hilarious.
I'm more than a hole.
Name of the podcast. Name of the episode. I'm more than a hole.
Unfortunately,
I can think of horrible
right.
things to say right now.
Go ahead.
Not horrible things, but
I don't believe you.
no, you're more than that. You're a title.
I'm gonna do like a little. I'm gonna do like a little Carly quote.
More than a hole.
I'm more than a hole.
That description right there.
You have
That's
so
fine.
much freedom.
This is very true.
I'm so free.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
descri-
God.
Everyone is.
That's
Women, no, just women are the freest people in the world.
They're
right,
more than
Lane?
holes, and they're freer than ever.
I mean,
Lane.
in this time and age,
That's
they are
the
free.
name of the podcast. That's a
In
description
this
of the podcast.
time and age, women are the most free people.
No, hold
in
on,
the
hold on.
world.
Easy, easy.
No.
Description of the podcast is Carly said she's more than a hole. We debate the topic.
End
These are
discussion.
asswives. I'm gonna get a strap on. Next episode will
Oh,
be
well, give me a call.
Derrick saying, "I'm
Carly
more than a
discovers
hole."
latex.
And 2 hours later, I'm more than a plastic penis.
And I've developed a flavor for fucking urine.
Jesus.
Yo, what?
Oh,
Who's Gurrid?
urine.
Oh, urine?
Yeah.
Wait, what? How you fuck? All right.
How do you fuck
Because
urine?
you go down
don't fuck
a
it.
hole.
No. Once you discover latex, the next step is obviously pissing on people.
Is it?
I would assume so.
What do you mean discover latex?
You never see the people with the full body latex suits?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can
That's
you-
I was
dominatrix
gonna say
shit.
condoms are made of latex. Aren't
Yeah, condoms are definitely
Yeah,
latex.
well,
Derrick,
or a rubber suit, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's
Oh,
usually
and you
latex.
get like sucked into the
Rubber
suit?
suit. No,
Derrick,
it's usually latex for those,
Can
I
you
believe.
discover a beer?
Huh?
Can you discover a beer?
Can I discover a beer?
Yeah.
Where would
Not
one
Magellan.
discover the
Oh,
beer?
okay.
I can get you a beer.
Oh!
I have not personally discovered beer. It's been around for thousands of years.
You've never made beer before?
know what I'm saying.
I've made alcohol before.
Yeah, that's how I met Derrick.
I thought, no, it is not. Point of precedence, in college, you met Derrick. When he came up to you and go, hey, you want to buy some weed?
It's not
We're
true.
going to go buy some weed.
That's not
So you've
true.
been lying to me this whole time.
No, I came to Derrick like, hey, do you know where I can get some weed? And he's making alcohol in his closet. He's like, yeah, let's go tomorrow.
This is true.
And you know? But he's like, but I'm making alcohol right now. And he's throwing these Hawaiian punch bottles behind me, or at me. It's because 5 gallon, but he probably had like
Ugh.
5 gallon buckets in
Derrick,
his
keep
they
your
closet.
shit
were,
out here.
yeah, no, they were like big ass like jug. Yeah, the buckets with the sealed lids you can get from any hardware store.
Yeah?
With the rubber lining, you know, like
paint
really seal
bucket?
it good.
You mean
It was
I know
a
it's
paint bucket.
Yeah, I know. No, it's a fermentation bucket.
No, it's not a fermentation bucket. They're
Don't
just buckets
do
from a
that.
hardware store.
What? I'm fermented. What did I say? I'm fermented.
You were
Well,
fermenting.
so I learned the hard way though about the fermentation process. My old college roommate, his uncle was a brewmaster in Kenya,
What the fuck?
which is why I
Oliver.
got started doing that.
Oliver.
was his name. Yeah.
Hold on.
I've met
There's
Oliver.
like a Zappa lyric right there. Brewmaster in Kenya. What the fuck?
Yeah. I met a brewmaster
I mean-
down in Kenya.
Brewmaster, he was making wine
You've
in
been to
5-gallon
Kenya?
buckets.
No, I've not been to Kenya.
I
My
just
roommate
met a
was from
brewmaster.
Kenya in
It's
college.
fucking jail wine, really, if you think about it.
Well, so let me tell you how we made it though. So he's like, well, this is so he was like basically describing how to make a mead.
Honey
His
wine.
family was crazy though. Brewmaster in Kenya was actually kind of world renowned for beer. His other uncle was the first person to be featured on a currency in that country as an American diplomat. He had somebody else that was rich for something in that country.
Was your friend related to Nelson Mandela?
No, I have no idea.
Wait, was Oliver your first ever roommate?
No, that was Lee.
Oh, Lee.
Oh, I remember him fondly. Lee.
I got a friend named Lee.
Lee. Yes, fucking
But
Lee.
Oliver was your second.
Correct. So
Should
Lee
reach
was
out- you should
freshman
reach
year,
out- you
and
should
then he
reach
didn't
out to
come
him.
back for his sophomore year.
Let's have
So I
him
had a
on.
room, and then in Maury,
Oh yeah.
the hall, and then we had. I didn't have a roommate, and then he came in late, and they were like, "Hey." He met a number of people that had, rooms to themselves, and he said, "You were the friendliest person. That's why I chose you."
And then the music started playing.
You had like a little mixer.
Wait, he was Korean?
Kenyan.
Kenyan?
From
So
Africa.
his name's not Oliver.
Oliver Warui.
That was his American name.
Yep. Ooh, guess
It's
that.
English occupied most of Africa, as well as French.
His real name's
When
not
you-
Oliver, right?
Oliver
the first
Warui.
time. So when he said that to you,
I'm sure it's his real name. He had last name though.
They know English there because it was
Yeah.
English occupied country. That's why England was called the empire that the sun never set on, because they all across the globe they had all this
I
fucking
love
land.
the name Oliver.
He was cool. He was drunk when I met him.
He's always drunk.
Yeah.
He told me all these crazy stories, like flipping 4 cars, I think, of his family. Is why he was drunk.
You told me you had a Hakuna Matata shirt, and he like, how do you know?
I'm like, the Lion King. He's like, what's that?
So I had a roommate in college, not we all lived
No,
in
he
dorms.
didn't see the shirt. He brought me a shirt that said Hakuna Matata on it.
Oh, that's what
and I go,
happened.
Hakuna Matata? You know what? God, I can't even think of the
It means no worries
no
for
worries.
the rest of your days.
And he goes like, you know what Hakuna Matata means?
Listen to this story.
Lion King.
That's awesome.
So I lived in the dorms or whatnot, and it was co-ed, I guess. But like, you know, the next door neighbors were all dudes. So one of the guys in the next door neighbors was from Jordan. His name was Muhammad.
Yeah.
And
Fucking Palestine.
Every night we were all drinking with each other and whatnot, and you know, whatever. Just like having a great time, drinking, getting fucked up. And Muhammad would never take part, so one night we got him drunk.
No,
and he said,
really?
if I get drunk, I'm going to get banned from my country.
Yeah, you turned into an apostate. Well, way to go.
And so one day he decided to get hammered, and he freaked out going, I'm going to get banned from my country, but my God, this is so much fun, I don't even care.
Yeah, that's why they're so mad all the time now.
He's like, just don't tell my mom and dad.
Harley,
Wow.
we only have a Bud Light Lime left as far as seltzers go.
I'll take that over the
Dude, put that
tequila.
soda away.
Just
And
hit
take this ice.
Ah, yeah!
Oh!
Oh!
Looked at it.
Oh! Nice.
I wanna
You mean ice?
Ice.
What happened to all the
Yeah.
Coronas?
Swallow it.
I didn't see any in there.
To the fucking
We drank the Coronas a long
larynx.
time
Put it down. He's still going.
Oh my
he,
God.
They're so bad!
he dribbled a little bit.
He only has like a gulp left. You couldn't finish the last
Oh,
gulp?
so good!
Yeah, you were so close.
You have eyebrows
That
again and
hurt.
they're red.
Put
Sure.
it down. If you're gonna do that,
You can't
much-
say shit.
No, because I only did half. I did half. I'm gonna quit. You can't do the fucking last little.
Woo!
Does anybody want a tequila seltzer?
Why aren't you drinking it?
Oh, I got a full beer right here.
I've never had the tequila one. I don't think I'm going to like it.
Fair point. Well, Derrick, you iced me. You have dishonored my memory.
You dishonored your family. All I did was test it.
So why do you bring the katana to D&D?
Dude, it's in my truck for like.
But you've been wanting to like
Forever.
pull it out when you.
Well,
need
you
to.
mentioned Dan said, "Hey, I had my katana this whole time," and I've had my katana this whole time.
Yeah. I really only remember him showing me the one time. Derrick, do you remember the one time we got back from the bar or whatever, and Dan's like,
the war?
Hi.
the war? No.
The bar.
We'll come back to that.
The bar.
We got back to the bar. And Dan's like, I bet I could fucking hide anywhere in this house and you guys couldn't find me. And we're like, yeah, we probably couldn't. You know, we don't know.
Is that when you ran out ahead of us and we're like, where would Dan hide? He's here. And we found him immediately.
I think, no, not at all.
The 50th and Dodge House?
Yeah, 46. But, which I think is condemned. I think they're going to tear it down.
Yeah.
What'd you
well,
guys
that's
do
right.
to it? Jesus.
Well, it
No,
wasn't
that
us.
house needed to be condemned.
Either way, he just was like, give me like 5 minutes in the house, and you guys won't be able to find
He
me.
think out ahead of us while we were walking home
I
from
know.
the
I think
bar
we
with
were.
a
I think we
group
were
of
just on the
people.
porch,
That's awesome.
and we were with a couple of people. I remember, and we go back inside.
Didn't we find him one time in like the oh goddamn the fuck oven? Did he like crinkle himself up there one time?
This was the exact same time. He tried to do
That's
that.
right.
So he pulled the things
Wasn't
out.
the first place we looked was the fucking I keep saying dryer, the oven.
We came in. We're like, well, why are those out?
Oh yeah, he pulled the
Yeah.
grates out. It's like okay, that's not gonna be obvious for
But I just remember we walked around the whole house. We're like, oh fuck, we can't find him. We'll just smoke a cigarette, we'll go outside, just kind of like forgot about him. Like other people showed
Shows up
up.
like 45 minutes later. You guys couldn't buy me good yet. Like, oh, you're still hiding?
Shit, yeah. I felt really bad. He's like, I've been hiding for like an hour.
Somebody
Nope,
stuck himself in the oven?
We have no clue where he went actually.
That's how good he
'cause-
was.
Yeah, I mean, also, we were drunk and high, and someone else probably, like, called us, and we're like, oh, yeah, we're not doing anything. I don't know.
No, it was.
But he
That was a crazy part in Dan's life. He'd show up with the fucking bars with like a small dagger. It's like an 1.5 inch long. Not even that long, maybe an inch.
Yeah.
Super razor sharp. It was like a ring thing he'd wear. And then he'd tell people, wear this and try to fight me. And I don't know how many times
No,
in a
not
bar.
fight
At
me,
least
but
2 or 3
stop.
times.
I just know the one.
It was more than once, but that one was the worst.
Yeah.
At least twice that I'm aware of. Showed up with this thing, got convinced someone to try to attack him with this ring knife thing, and then he ended up cut up all over his arms.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
Excellent.
And he came inside. He's like, "Oh, I gave him my knife and told him to try and hit me, and he
did.
got me."
The time we were
He
thinking
got
about
me.
too, the bartender came over and was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here!"
You know what that was? That was the old Sullivans.
Oh, remember my birthday? When he tried, I think it was the same night. He tried to scale all those buildings. Every bar he went to, he tried to climb up the wall.
Yeah.
He kept getting up places and like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I do remember
What the
that.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like a
There's no fucking way.
And he remember he had
sorry.
his little ninja spray paint.
Yeah.
Like ninja spray.
He carried a stencil of a ninja, and he went to the public library, printed out a piece of paper, cut out the silhouette of a ninja, and then went around spray painting on a few things by her house.
Why?
Ninja Dan.
Oh yeah.
He would. I think he honestly would just go out and like run around the neighborhood at night. Because,
I've done that. I have absolutely done that.
yeah, why
You've
not?
gone around doing ninja shit,
Oh yeah.
and then spray paint it, your marking,
Didn't do that.
with a stencil.
It's all a fire extinguisher.
You know, we're all pretty dumb when we're young. I'm not gonna say I've done that, but I've done dumb.
Young,
things
dumb,
as
full
well.
of cum. That's what
We
they
always
say.
took
Yeah.
traffic cones.
Everyone takes traffic cones.
That's some basic shit. Stop a game. Let's go do some shit
I was
right
in
now.
the car with somebody and they were running over the traffic cones like da 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 in the
Oh,
straight
like
line.
Coneheads?
I was like, what is this? And like a fucking little Taurus.
Yeah, that was in Coneheads too. You
Yeah,
got
that
Taurus.
is hilarious. It's a Taurus.
It
Yeah, I
was
fucking love
It was like a fucking
Coneheads.
roller coaster at that point.
Jesus.
Sailed there.
How many Coors Lights did I leave here?
I had mojitos.
I have a fucking can.
You also had my one margarita thing that
And I have
got.
not had dinner yet.
Have some pretzels or the nuts.
Look at my sweet nuts.
Those are good. You just ate half the can.
Right now you have to.
Yeah,
Fuck
it looks
you.
like it. Looks
A
like
third
you
of
did
the
all
can.
the cans.
You're absolutely not. It came like this.
So, did we get to all the
Carly,
topics
set me up.
tonight? It seems
Eat
like
them all.
Oh, help yourself.
there was only one thing that we talked about
Eat
on
them all. They've
the
been sitting in there for
doc.
a month.
John had a topic, or you had at least one.
I have topic.
You had nothing? You just
No.
had a sword?
Not an asshole.
Yeah, it's fine,
All
bro.
right, all right.
Hey,
So,
man, bring a sword. That's a fucking topic.
this next story comes to you.
That should be like
comes to you
hold
from
on,
Japan.
that should be like a motto of like, hey, you don't have anything, just bring a item.
Are you in the first story?
Show and tell. Show and tell podcast. A show and tell podcast.
Yeah,
that wouldn't
dude.
do well
Why not?
because you can't see it.
Well, we'd live stream it, obviously.
No, that wouldn't be funny though.
I mean, how crazy would you get with a camera on right now? Would you be swinging it around?
You probably wouldn't have an
Would you
eyeball.
kill someone?
John can't swing it around.
Yeah.
Derrick?
And just like you said, he can't swing golf
I
clubs.
know what you're doing. No, I can swing golf clubs. I swing them very hard.
I think we all know the famous infomercial. This is a really tough steel. Oh,
Oh, that one got me good, Odell. I love that one.
It's just not mounted very well.
or the ladder.
You know what's fucked up?
The grapes.
No, hold on. That sword from that video,
Is this?
I bought it.
Yeah.
No, I've had. It's a katana set, a black and then a black and red. I actually bought those from Smoky Mountain Cutlery.
And you knew.
And then years later, I see that video where he's banging it on the fucking counter. Dude, I was like, holy shit, I have that!
Have you banged your swords on anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Is that why it's not
Steel.
sharp anymore?
No, this is dull as fuck. Feel it.
Get that out of my face.
Nice reaction time, Derrick. Feel it. The sharp part. That's not.
No.
Yeah, it's not sharp at all.
You can
very
still
dull.
pierce somebody if you
Probably.
stab hard enough.
Derrick, I don't want to start swinging this fucking thing and you don't kill your dog.
Stab
Derrick.
him. Stab him with it.
I'm better with those.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Could you stab someone with that?
Would I?
Could you?
Could I? Yeah, it's a pointed stick.
All right, so moving on.
You lingered on my sword tip.
This
there
is
for a long
kinda
time.
crazy.
I didn't
to
feel
me.
a tip earlier. I feel like you're gonna cut your.
When do you guys feel like COVID
No,
ended?
That's what I'm kind of worried.
I've been
about.
waiting for it.
When do you think
What'd you say?
COVID ended?
When?
Yeah. When was
Fucking
COVID done?
When the fucking
Well,
vaccine came out.
No, we stopped talking about it about 6 months ago.
So
No, the president ended it at one point. He declared it over. I do remember
yeah,
hearing
that's
that.
the be-all, end-all of...
But it was over before. Once the vaccine came out, it was over.
So in Japan, it's just now ending.
That's
Okay.
sad.
Yeah. So people are finally being
Very
freed
dense.
from having to wear a COVID, medical grade mask.
Mm-hmm.
They
And
still will.
people are literally coming out of there now after, what has this been, like 3.5, 4 years?
3 years. Just 3 years.
People still.
And they're hiring smiling therapists because their
Forgot.
facial muscles haven't smiled so long.
Yeah, but they're Japanese.
They
so
haven't
smile
seen
enough anyway.
people. If you
Yeah,
haven't
But Japanese culture, a smile tells people, everything you do has a meaning.
Yes.
And they're like,
Yeah.
if you smile, it means I'm not going to attack you. I'm not,
Because they are a
hiding
primitive
anything
species.
from you.
Oh.
And people are forgetting how to
Why
smile.
would
They
you
haven't
say-
used those muscles in
That's
so
crazy,
long.
dude. What?
So they have to hire therapists to help them relearn how to smile.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Literally.
They're
I
just
mean-
coming out of the whole fucking pandemic too.
Well,
That's crazy.
But there's people in America that still wear masks like that too, though.
Yeah,
that's
that
true.
might need
Mostly
that kind of training.
I worked with the
Therapy.
guy.
When you were growing up and you saw people wearing masks,
Growing up,
yeah, what nationality were they typically?
Indian. Because they're doctors.
I saw a lot of Asian people
Yeah,
wearing
because they're
masks. growing up.
courteous.
Papillion.
Yeah, it's called just common decency. If they're sick, they wear the mask. They
you
don't get
saw
people
him
sick.
in Papillion
Indian
growing
is
up.
Asian as well.
As
though.
a kid,
yeah.
Yeah,
all the
if
time.
If you have a cold, you
And
wear a
not
mask.
just in Papillion. I've noticed it in a lot of other
but
places
only
before
when
the
they're
pandemic.
sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we had
You assume so,
It's
but
called-
like, seem like
yeah,
they've been
it's
trained to
called being
always wear something
Yeah,
when you're sick
we-
or otherwise, or maybe they just wear them all the time.
No, I get that. That's a part of their culture. But I'm just saying, in Skylar, we had one Asian family,
And you
I
let
was-
them know they were not welcome.
They were fine. They lived right just across the block from Chase.
I'm just waiting
They
for you
were
to say
really
something real
fun.
racist on accident.
But they had a Lou's, the Chinese restaurant. It's my favorite Chinese food. And
Dude,
I can't
those
get it
small
anymore.
town Chinese restaurants are fucking amazing.
Is it
And-
still open?
No.
They shut it down?
It's an African restaurant now. I don't know what happened in the family. I feel really interested in them because they had like a bunch of kids and some of them were in our grade. And I don't even remember her
Maybe
name.
they moved
But
on
she
to
could
life
fucking
and they
write
moved
in
out.
Chinese. I remember sitting to her next to her one time and she was just writing Chinese,
Chinese is not a language.
Mandarin. You know what I'm talking about. It was cool to watch. But yeah.
I'm just being a dick.
So I'm telling you, that's the one. I knew one Chinese family until I was.
Dude,
How the
Chinese
fuck did
family
they
is
come to
not the preferred
Schuyler,
nomenclature.
Nebraska?
I'm just saying that's was my intake of it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, yeah.
How many Chinese families did you know?
Couple.
Because like Chinese buffets
Yo.
weren't a thing back then.
Yeah.
I never went to
What
like.
do you
a
mean
big-
back then? Chinese buffet's
Well, like-
been a thing for a long
Well,
time.
I guess. But
Chinese buffets are the most American cuisine we
That's
have.
kind of true.
But
John is not lying.
But from not even Schuyler, the country outside of Schuyler, I had never went to another Chinese restaurant, but the one in Schuyler.
Every town has it.
It doesn't matter. I never went
I'm
to another.
surprised-
It's a
I thought
farm market.
You got a
Skylar only
population
had
of at
a
least
food truck.
2,000. You have a Chinese restaurant.
No, there's still a lot going on in Schuyler. There's
Is
restaurants.
a lot?
Yeah, we still have a Pizza Hut. Subway's
You
gone,
have
but we got a
Pizza
Scooters.
Hut?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
What the fuck was that?
about it. I don't know.
Wow.
You have a Pizza
a lot.
Hut?
Yeah. there's a
That,
Pizza
you
Hut.
gotta go to the small towns to get the good Pizza Huts.
It's true. It's the pizza
Yeah,
I
it's
grew up on. It's a pizza and a wing.
I've heard of
strip,
a Pizza
so you
Hut.
know.
It was a small town.
I wonder if so I used to go to West Point.
Just
There's something
small
else.
town
They built
pizza.
a new restaurant and I can't remember what it is. It might be a Dairy Queen or fucking something.
There's always
dumb.
Dairy Queen. Small towns.
What was
always
the
have
ice cream
Dairy
place in
Queens.
Wayne?
Do your parents
Utter
live in-
delights.
Utter delights. Utterly delightful.
Because I drove through there last
like it.
summer.
I like
and
it.
I was like, oh, Utter Delights is right there. It was the first time I ever had a crunch cone.
Oh, what the
I got
fuck
a lot
is
of
a crunch cone?
Because Skylar didn't have crunch cones.
What's a crunch cone? What are you calling a crunch cone?
It's
Is it a waffle cone
Waffle
with like
cone?
shit on it?
It was a waffle
Peanuts,
cone.
the
But
ice
yeah,
cream.
Chocolate and sprinkles and
all
stuff.
sorts of shit, dude. Just everything.
It's
Like,
like
I,
peanuts, sprinkle, mixture.
You ever been to West Point, Nebraska?
Yes.
Between Norfolk, here in Norfolk.
I know where West Point
Okay.
is.
I had a buddy in college who grew
We
up
always
there.
stop there to gas up and get snacks.
Yeah, get the
Did you-
fuck out.
wait, which one did you
Stop
go
at the
to?
Casey's.
Casey's.
Don't stop at the other one because that's
The
what
other
Derrick
one is where I got pulled over. Leaving the parking
set up.
lot. And I didn't even go inside the fucking gas station.
And
My buddy, ex-buddy, fucking
Want to smash?
convinced us all to drive him down to Omaha. And then everybody went on the trip, like, days later, had cops show up at their house for
Jesus.
possession. Oh, no, not cops show up at the house. He goes inside this gas station where you're talking about at West Point. What was that?
The
BP
BP.
or
It was a
something?
BP
Yeah,
back
BP.
then. I don't know what it is now.
And he comes outside and goes, "We got to go now." And we're like, okay. And I was like, back up like normal. And this cop comes running out, like, on his feet. Another cop car pulls around, like, stops my car. He brought us to, he wanted to go to Omaha to pick up weed. And I remember very specifically, he fills out a check that says for weed and then puts it in the guy's, like, mail slot in an apartment. Gets his weed.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. And then we drive him back. He was adamant, we're stopping here. And I was like, no, we're not stopping here. And he, like, starts freaking out. I'm like, okay, we'll stop here. Stop there. And then, yeah, that's what happens. Cop pops out. Then, miraculously, I go talk to the county, whomever person, DA, and it was just like, what the fuck's happening? Like, wasn't my fucking weed. Yeah, I was with the guy with weed. He's the one that fucking got the weed. He signed a check that said for weed. And they're like, we're not going after him. So then, like, a week later or less, he shows up at my house one day. And it's just like, I just want to apologize, blah, blah. And, just say, basically, like, it sucks. I'm not getting convicted of anything, but everyone else in the car is.
What the
And I was like, dude, I saw the check you filled out. I talked to the DA, and they're making shit sound fucking fishy. Like, fuck you.
What?
Never been friends with the guy since. He was already weird as fuck before
Holy
that, but
shit.
Did you get charged?
oh yeah, I had to pay a $110 fine or some shit like that.
But did you get charged? Is it on your record kind of thing?
Oh yeah,
For weed possession?
yeah. It was like 19 years ago.
Jesus.
Fuck.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
Come
maybe not
on.
19.
College was a while
I'm
ago.
almost 37, so
Old balls.
probably like 17-ish years ago or something.
Whew. God damn.
I
15.
And
wasn't,
you had
I
a
wasn't there
weed
for
charge on there?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, in West Point, there's a gas station /
Oh, that
convenience
little
store.
town was crazy. Lane and
what
I got
the
arrested
fuck,
there at
dude?
one time for
West Point?
We were no. Remember in Wayne
Oh,
when we were throwing the frisbee and shit, and then the frisbee flew up on top of that. We lived right next door to the public power district building, and our frisbee went up on top.
Oh, I've heard this story.
Yeah. So then we were drinking. We had a party nights before. The only thing we had at the house was barely anything left in it. A bottle of schnapps.
Yeah, that's all I remember. Schnapps.
So it was like literally a pull and a half each. Take the pull, go throw a frisbee. 20 minutes later, the frisbee ends up on this roof. And then we race each other because we've thrown stuff on this roof before. We've lived there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We knew where the ladder was at. So we...
It was dusk.
Yeah.
You know.
So we like literally raise each other to this fucking ladder, and then climb up the fucking ladder, get on the roof, and see the first person will be that will get the fucking frisbee, right? Just being stupid. I made a competition out of a lame ass thing. Literally, we grabbed the frisbee, light up a cigarette, and no light sooner than we had lit up the cigarette and had a few puffs. All of a sudden, we are not just surrounded by cops, but the Wayne Fire Department.
Dude.
There was an ambulance nearby.
All of it. Just fucking.
And Lane starts freaking out. He's like, oh my god, blah blah. Like,
Go.
what the fuck? I'm about to jump off the side of this. I'm like, dude, where you gonna go? We literally live right there. You're gonna hurt yourself. Like, just chill out. Cop comes up and is like, get down on the fucking ground. He has his gun pulled and shit. I'm the first person to go down the ladder. He halfway down grabs me by the back of my neck and like throws me to the ground and puts a gun to the back of my head.
Jesus.
They allow Lane to go all the way down the ladder.
I ain't got
And then the guy's yelling at me with the gun in the back of my head, like, what are you doing up there? And we're like, I threw a frisbee up there, where we smoked a cigarette up there. He's like, we don't fucking believe you, blah, blah, you're a terrorist or whatever. You know, he's just going crazy on this shit.
You can be going.
Somebody comes down from the roof of the cop department. He goes, what'd you find? He goes, found a frisbee, a couple cigarettes. And the guy like, lets me go immediately. And then it's just like, all right. Here's your ticket.
What? No, we got fucking arrested. They fucking
No, they booked us. They wrote us
For
tickets,
what?
and then like, well, they gave us
had
a
to-
down charge,
they
of,
had
like
to look in this
misdemeanor,
book.
3rd degree or whatever, like trespassing or something like that. Originally, we were getting like charged for like, it was a misdemeanor. We were in that fucking cage for a while, and they were trying to figure out what to do once they realized what actually happened. They're like, we have to charge you with something because we fucked up. They obviously fucked up bad.
They're like, these guys didn't really do anything. They just climbed up.
Oh, like I said
this
though,
fucking
it was
building.
the police department, the fire department, the ambulance,
There was something major.
and it was multiple vehicles of each outside of the ambulance, I believe.
There was something going on that night.
It was Wayne High School
Prom. That's right.
and they had said that at one point, I think when we went and talked to the DA,
So-
they were like, she told us what happened. Like, we were on high alert, blah blah, and so this is what we're charging you with. And it was a lesser degree of what they had wrote the ticket for. And we both go, lesser degree? And she goes, do you want us to charge you with more? We can change the charges now. And we're like, no, lesser degree is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Yeah, it was like $100 fine or so.
You know what the worst part about
But it was
that?
just stupid. They knew they fucked up.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Too bad we couldn't afford
They
lawyers.
they just freaked out. They were just like, oh shit, we got a fucking someone on a roof. Let's get him. But here's the fucked up part: is like a year, maybe 2 years later, I met this guy that was telling me about how he was on a roof drinking, and the cops showed up looking for someone, and he's like, oh, I see him on this roof over here.
Did he really?
Yeah. And he was telling me where this was at in Wayne and when it happened. And I was like, what?
Were they looking for him?
It was me. He was talking about us. There was people.
But was he the one the cop was looking for and he just pointed at us?
No. They were up at the fucking, on Logan or whatever, around the corner or whatever it was called. I can't remember. On the other street block over.
Logan.
The back alley though. The
Yeah,
party that
okay,
we were
yeah.
going to originally when we got pulled over there
Logan
too.
Avenue or
Yeah,
some
but
shit.
that fucking balcony could see the fucking place. So they were yelling at the cops like,
Oh, the
"He's
house
still
that we were
on
going
there."
to when I got my DUI in Wayne.
Yes, that house could see the top of
Yeah,
that
they
building.
can. They had the balcony way up there.
And the guy that was up there was telling the cops that we were up there. And he was telling me the story about how he saved the day because he told the cops about
are
us.
you talking to him?
And I was like, dude, that was me. I got fucking arrested. had a fucking misdemeanor. Whole night ruined.
What did he say?
I was fucking pissed at
What
him.
did he say?
He was just like, oh man, it was fun.
So the party that we
I
were
did
going
not
to,
like
people
that guy.
cheered the guy on that called the cops on us for no reason other than...
the time we were on the roof. That he was telling the cops where we were when we were on the roof. Yeah, he saw that time. But that house is all I'm talking about.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Either way,
I kind of wish you'd never
Fucked up
told me that, to be
story.
honest with you. Because now I'm just angry.
I'm always pissed because every time I
Dude,
think about it, I think
literally,
about that
we got
fucking
on
guy.
that fucking roof and immediately cops were on us.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. Get on the roof, grab that, and have time to light cigarettes. Cops. Fire department. Ambulance.
Yeah. They're on high alert. And honestly, it was like right down the street, so they probably got the call. Like, oh, yeah. Either way, it was fucked up. People on high alert.
Oh.
What is that?
My katana
You
cover.
have a sleeve?
Yeah.
Any final thoughts or
So when I
topics
got my
tonight?
DUI in Wayne,
Oh,
remember what city I went to? Or town? Pierce.
Yeah.
I took my pants off, had jeans on, and carved my name into the wall.
What are you talking about? Why would you take your pants off?
There was a lot of names carved in the wall, and I was like, all right, I'll do that.
Why did you take your pants off?
I had nothing hard on me to carve into the wall.
You kind of hard on, definitely.
So you used your button for your pants.
Yeah.
Pantless.
I was drunk.
I'm not tired.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking do this. I come back to Pierce again.
Is it still there?
I don't know. I'm in bed.
Yeah. That's fair.
Put my pants back on, obviously. It was just me in there.
Boo.
You were in there by yourself?
Yeah.
Was that the first or second time?
First one.
You got 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. You didn't get 2
Two in the
DUIs.
same place?
No. My second one was in Omaha, like 15 years later.
But you got arrested again when you were on DUI. I remember coming home.
I had a month
and you were like, I just got arrested. I was like, what? I'm on probation. I got arrested last night. What was you got like? Was that when?
I was on probation for the DUI, and then I had a month left. It was the middle of summer, like July or some shit, and we threw a party at the house. And the second I stepped off the property, cops pulled up. We're like, blow.
Yeah, but you also got
literally stepped off the
was
property.
it another time
What
you
did
got
you get arrested for that time?
in trouble for urinating?
Well, underage drinking, and I was on probation for my DUI.
Oh, I thought you said blow.
So they
Like
extended
you
my
had
probation
cocaine
by another
with
6
you.
months.
But then he passed his fucking lie detector in Wayne, Nebraska.
No. My lie detector was in Norfolk.
Oh, you had to go to Norfolk for
I
that.
had to travel out to Norfolk for it.
Well, they make you do it.
And I passed
They made
it
you do
because
a
I
lie
lied.
detector?
Oh, yeah. Which is not permissible in court. But in Wayne, like, you don't even understand the politics. I learned so much crazy shit in Wayne. I worked some odd jobs and learned some fucking insane shit about that town. And there's a whole backstory on Wayne. I think we've talked about this. I'll get into it in a second. So,
Don't talk about the salon shop.
I knew that I wasn't going to pass it. So I look up online how to pass a lie detector. And a technique I learned was you
So
bite
start
your
out
tongue.
lying.
You bite your tongue when you lie, and then, when you tell the truth. And then when you lie, you don't bite your tongue. Biting your tongue raises your heartbeat. When you lie, your heartbeat's raised as well. Pass it with flying fucking colors.
No, you failed the driving.
No, I didn't.
No,
I passed that.
You failed one question was have you drove while you had your license taken away, I thought.
Yeah, okay. So they asked me that question, and I actually had an alibi for that. So I actually didn't drive hardly at all.
Because you were like, I moved a car or something.
Yeah, I moved a friend's car. He was, I don't remember the scenario specifically, but we were like pulling out of like a garage or whatever, and he was like doing something. He's like, "Can you just back the car up?" And when he asked that question, I was like, "Oh my god, what do I do?" Like, so made the wrong decision, and he goes, "That question, we have variance." And I go, "Well, I backed up somebody's car 20 feet. Didn't really drive." And he's like, "Okay." Passed everything else. So
did you get the DUI?
No, this was after I got an MIP while I was on probation for
No,
DUI.
the DUI was the prejudice. Because
No,
I
to get off
had
probation
MIPs.
because of originating from the original DUI. That was almost a year later. It was like 9 months, 10 months later, something like that. I had to get off probation and everything, I had to pass the lie detector test.
Why?
Yeah. Because that
It's
was
not
the Wayne
permissible in
rules.
court, and it's not actually part of the state
It was-
law. So they
no.
just made me do it.
Yeah.
And unless you have a lawyer to fight that shit, and you want to spend money, thousands of dollars, you just fucking have to do it.
What? You were not on probation when you got the peeing in public?
No.
You
we
got a
just paid.
peeing in public?
Yeah, it was so fucking stupid.
This one was the fucked up because weren't you
We
guys
were
like
at a bar.
you
We
were
went
guys-
outside, and the bar I worked at in college. Walked out the back door, smoked a cigarette, and then we tried to get back in. They had locked the door. They were closing off the bar, and we both were going inside to piss and then leave. And we're like, "Oh my god, I got pissed so bad." So we just fucking piss on this fucking dumpster. And then this cops just show up. Bike cops, like bicycles. Bicycle cops show up, 2 of them. And they're like, write us a ticket. We weren't arrested or anything. While they're writing the ticket and, like, you know, getting their information, this guy literally right across the street is getting his ass beat. These people are mugging the living shit out of him. We're like, and I noticed this right when they were like, okay, you know, they pat you down and shit. I'm like, oh my God. The guy looks and he sees it too. The cop sees it and he goes, this is our concern right now. And then the entire time this is happening, you hear this guy in the background, please help me! I'm being mugged! Yeah, I'm not fucking joking. So we get the ticket, and then once they give us the ticket, we're like, what happened to that guy? One of the cops like meanders over there and goes, well, nobody's here anymore. I guess it's over. But in Wayne, when I had my DUI, you have to take a certain class, a driver license type class, to like, you know, here's a bunch of fucking crazy ass scenarios. So when you do this type of behavior, this is what the worst possible outcome will be for like 8 hours. The cop that ran the class, he starts telling us all these cop stories, and he says, I'm from LA, retired here, got bored, joined the cop force. And then proceeds to tell us about half the cop force that are all from like these crazy ass cities, mostly LA, that retire in Wayne, rejoin the cop force very quickly because they get bored, and now they're basically trained to be dealing with like meth dealers 24/7, and that's how they treat the town.
To be fair, though, the town is quite fucked because it's such a small town with a college that is like bigger than the town. Really, the students that
What's
go
fucked
there.
about it though?
They're just the dumbest rules ever. You can't park on the fucking street overnight.
You can't park on the side of the street. It's year round, but the law specifically states it's for like snowplow removal, you know, type of shit. So they tell you.
They had street
if
sweepers,
you park
though.
here, call us during an appropriate time of the year, and we'll, you know, be like, yep, your car's fine. We won't give you a ticket.
24 hours.
But if you do that, the first thing they do is show up and bang on the door and check if there's a party of minors there. Regardless of party, they'll just do that if anybody parks on the side of the street. And calls them like they tell you they do in freshman orientation.
Huh.
Multiple places I parked at called not even drinking, and they would show up and bang on the door.
Most of the time they would
But there
also
was
tell you,
multiple-
just
most
park
of
on
the
my
time it's
lawn.
parties.
Just pull on the lawn. Just pull up into the lawn. Yeah. This party
How many
house.
charges do you have?
That's probably about
Oh, they're all from fucking Wayne. They were
Yeah.
fucking crazy Nazis.
That's
How
the
many are
question.
there?
How many are there?
I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
it. Your mic's been turned off. You're back in. Would you
How
like-
many DUIs do you have?
No. I think like 5-ish.
Total?
Wait.
They all
charges
happen
or
in
DUIs? Charges or DUIs?
I saw it on my second DUI. in a
All
while.
charges.
15 years later.
I have 2 MIPs. Technically, one's an MIC.
Were you
Minor
attending MIT?
consumption in
Minor
my car.
in consumption. But they were both in Wayne, and they were like,
Well, it's
9 months
Just so you know, it's
apart,
8:45.
I know the
And
fucking
I
time,
can't,
John.
I can't get to the place before it closes, so I guess I'll get that shit tomorrow.
Well, you're gonna turn your mic off then?
No, I'm gonna drink another beer
Oh, okay.
or go to the homie or something. I don't know.
Well, Derrick was telling about all of his arrests, and
Yeah, but
I
I
just
thought
thought
we
we would
could-
expand
we
on
concluded-
it.
we
I wanted to
concluded with
remember the
It
fucking.
made me sound like I have a teardrop tattoo.
But no, that's the thing though. How they're all from Wayne. Just the dumbest things ever. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're in the wrong place, the wrong
Like
time.
I said, when
you,
I had
you
that
like an easy
DUI
arrest.
class,
Come here.
the cop was telling like the class like all these cops there came from these major cities and a majority of them from LA, and they were like, he's telling us, oh, we all worked on, you know, they were all colleagues there or something.
Yeah,
Maybe he didn't
no.
say that specifically, but like we were all trained in like batter ramming a door and charging in, like doing drug busts and all this crazy shit, and it's just like, you brought that to fucking Wayne to retire with? Like,
Yeah, I'm sure they were fucking oriented about the.
oh, we had a huge crazy drug bust that happened in town one time. And it was just your typical pot situation. Just people have pot, they sell it. One day you start getting phone calls, and people are getting like their houses ransacked by not just
happened to Dan.
local police. It was state police. It was insane.
When they got the facilities, they might as well.
And then that day, it was crazy. So my house never got raided or anything. We weren't selling. People would always just show up to smoke. And we get these phone calls. We start like getting rid of our pipes and everything, put them in a bag, and we stashed it somewhere. And randomly, I pull the TV around just to make sure nothing's back there. Find this huge ass fucking zong. And then we come to recollect a party we had that somebody had brought that. And
what's it called? The pipe cleaner or something. Steamboat.
Steamboat?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That's the story I remember.
I'm not sure if I remember you being... I don't think you lived there at that
time.
No,
it wasn't my steamboat. I thought it was a steamboat.
Yeah, no, we had a party. Somebody brought basically a big-ass bong thing. And we hid it behind the TV at some point because we didn't have people stealing it. And then we forgot it was there.
No, he's yelling.
And we found it miraculously that day. The cops were coming around. But luckily the cops were coming to our place. Like I said, we weren't dealing or anything. But everybody hung out at our house to smoke pot.
Because there was a lot of dealers, though. Sometimes the cops need to clean the town up a little bit. That was pretty fucking conservative town. Even though there was...
Yeah, but the dealers they would break was like literally 2 people.
There was always like voters there. That's where I first ever registered to vote, was in Wayne. I had to go... You had to go to the fucking county clerk or whatever. What is that? No, it's the draft I'm thinking about. Right? You have to go and register for the draft and... sign up to vote the first time.
I don't think the draft is legal.
This was before the fucking internet really could just do it online, though. Didn't you do that when you turned 18?
No, I couldn't do it online. Well, maybe if I could, I did not. I remember the first time I tried to vote in Wayne, I got there, waited in line, got up there, and they said, you're not registered. And it was like some weird-ass technicality where
you have to register.
Either because I was not in Omaha, where my license was from, or Papillion.
Because you didn't register in Wayne.
Or it was something weird like...
You have to register in the county you live in.
And you have to specifically register.
Because I turned 18 in... Or no, wait, that's not true.
I was 17 when I started college. And
I was 18 before I started college.
Most people are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had literally turned 18.
You had registered, though, in... Omaha probably, and not in Wayne. But I remember registering in Wayne because I knew I was going to be living in Wayne.
18, you just go into a place and you sign up for stuff.
But
but
that's what I'm saying though too. Is like it was a technicality in Wayne because the college
that's
fucking
the weird thing. Most states have a thing with a college exemption where if you're from out of state or from out of that city, if that's your state laws,
it's county.
You allow for people to vote in that area because you're in school. If you present your college ID, and either Wayne County or is it Wayne County? It's not Colfax.
It's
right?
Wayne America.
Wayne County or Nebraska in general just does not allow that. Then
it might have been the rules of the time. I don't know them now, but Nebraska is pretty fickle on their voter laws, so that's why we were fucked. And I remember first registering in Wayne as an independent, and I never voted in Columbus. It took a little while in Omaha to re-register, but yeah, it's definitely by county school district and shit. So good thing we got that taken care of.
All right, there's a question.
Last question of the podcast.
There's a family. What would you do? His family found 800,000 pennies in a basement. That's like their family, older family had owned. 800,000, it's $80,000.
Oh, okay.
No bank is taking that in right now for them. Which legally I feel like a bank is obligated to do.
Well, it's a certain bank. No, don't touch it! Yeah, I mean, they can only
They're asking $25,000 for someone to take the $80,000 of the pennies off their hands.
You have to take all the. You just have to do it in small amounts. Take 2,000 to the bank. No bank wants to do the work. If you fucking roll the pennies, they should legally take them.
No. They
Right?
take it regardless. 'Cause it's
No.
They don't because they got denied the family. That's why they're willing to sell
Yeah.
for $25,000.
They're selling the entire thing for 25.
All the pennies that are $80,000 in pennies, they're selling for 25.
Do they not have time and just go to all these coin stars? I mean, just like
A
it'll
coin
take
star
a
probably
while.
has how many
It will
$3,000?
take a while, but you can still do it and say you're gonna give away that much money just because you're fucking
They
lazy?
might that type of money.
Sorry.
First of all,
I've never
Coinstar-
tried this, and I don't know this for sure.
Coinstar
but would
takes
that
a
throw an error in a
percentage.
Coinstar? Too much change?
They take a percentage,
Okay,
and
fine,
I
the
feel
bank,
like it's
whatever,
over
the point is,
20.
They can hit every branch of their bank in their city.
They take part of that money though.
Every the branch would deposit your money every day for the next.
But
however
this
long it
goes back to the fucking currency. You can't just put fucking $80,000 worth of pennies back into a fucking system
Nothing
and
wrong.
think it's fucking fine. Like you, okay, yeah,
So?
here's cash. We're just printing money.
takes. Yeah, fuck.
That's what they do.
They're
That is what
guaranteed by the government.
The fuck does that have to do with pennies?
not a penny. I feel like the law that law got outlawed a while ago. The gold standard has been gone forever.
Well, that's been gone since what 1914 or something
So
like that.
what?
No, I think it was
No, fuck the gold standard have
Nixon.
to do with pennies. I'm not
That-
saying
it's-
they're-
Candy
It's all
pennies
gold- it's
are
all-
not made of precious metal anymore.
It's all money.
It's all
It's all money though, isn't it's only the value that we give it. And the penny is more expensive to make
Okay.
than it's worth.
So fucking what? You got 80 grand worth of pennies. You have 80 grand worth of money.
Do you remember the John Oliver he did about the pennies?
It's true. Yeah.
He literally said it's costing the government
I'm aware of it.
to make new
It's
pennies
not
every
new.
year.
I know this. I'm aware.
Well, I feel like that was a really
It's
he
still
brought
dual
to
currency.
the
Paper is
attention.
worthless. So why is a penny worthless?
It's not worthless. You should be able to get money
so
for it.
what's the argument here? You go.
The banks are denying him
Right.
That's why
No,
you
no,
do
it's not fucking-
little
or
at
the
a
family.
time. You do a little at a time.
That's what you would expect, and I think he probably defaulted to that as well. The banks are still denying. Have you ever read stories like there was a bad story
caught
last
on
year
to it.
about a guy that was owed back pay, and then the employer was like basically wasn't paying the guy, so he finally quote unquote quits. He was awarded all this money by court. The guy paid him in all pennies, and it was something like we'll say roughly $2,000 in pennies, and the banks weren't taking it. So even that little bit amount of money, banks will not take. And that's the problem these people are running into.
Yeah.
You get a handful at a time.
I feel like wasn't that right at the
Nah,
beginning of
man.
COVID? They were like, "Hey, bring your fucking change in. Get rid of change. We're not gonna take change anymore. Bring it now." I feel like that was a big push for just a small moment, but it always seemed odd to me. Like they're really trying to get rid of actual currency. How many times do you have to get change
What is
back?
our currency now?
And
For
people struggle
for the
with it.
USD, it's literally faith. It's not backed by gold or anything valuable other than the world's faith and the
Yeah.
population of the U.S.
And that's what I'm saying,
They're
dude. That's why the U.S. dollar is not going to be on
So what's
top.
different than having a physical manifestation of that, of something that's worth nothing, versus just saying, you know what? If the thing we're making it out of, quote unquote, is worth nothing in the long term, why not just call it digital? Because we can handle that too.
Hey, just give them digital.
What's the difference? And I'm not saying I'm advocating for digital currency.
I'm confused.
None of it is that.
I am super confused.
Trash.
John says fuck you.
I say fuck John and sucking his fingers like a dong.
Lane,
I heard it.
you like it?
Fuck off.